This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Sherry's Berries. Order giant, freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99. That's over a 40% savings. Double the berries for just $10 more. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner, and use code TEETH. That's berries.com and the code TEETH. This podcast is also brought to you by ProFlowers. Thank Mom with a beautiful 100 blooms bouquet, plus a free glass vase from ProFlowers.com for just $19.99. Upgrade to a pink vase and chocolates for just $9.99 more. Use code TEETH to get this special price at ProFlowers.com. Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
It's a podcast.
Coming at you live from Stage 5.
Stage 5.
So, Stage Cinco.
Stage 5 for Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Happy Independence Day, Gus.
You want to regale us with the history of Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de
Gus
Mayo.
loves Cinco de Mayo. He's like, man, my favorite day of the year is the 5th of May.
It's not. It's really
You told me that this morning, Gus. Why lie?
So we have our very festive Cinco de Michael bachelor party.
Oh, fucking wins
Someone
the money.
owes Gus money.
You owe me money, Barbara.
Bunny Barbara?
She owes me money.
Oh.
So you were at Michael's at yours, and you're at Michael's.
Yeah.
But you weren't at your own.
What? No, I wasn't my own.
Why wouldn't he be at his own?
He wasn't at the bachelor party we
the,
threw for him.
The podcast bachelor
see.
party I was not
Yeah.
at, but now we are celebrating Michael's.
So-
We didn't introduce everybody.
All right, we got Gus
Gus.
Jack.
And Gus.
and Gus.
Podcast.
There we
Gavin
go.
and Bernie also, in addition.
Hello.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Well,
Morning,
some people are listening.
Gavin.
They don't know.
Some people are listening.
There's
Some
bound to be
people.
one or two
I'm
people
Gavin.
out there.
You can
So let me
tell
ask- let me
which
ask you a
one I
question.
am. I'm the British one.
You're in Michael's getting married this weekend. He's getting married to the lovely Lindsay Tuggy, about to be Lindsay Jones.
Yep.
Who?
I don't know. There's a little squeak from the control room. You are in the wedding party. Is that correct?
Yeah. It turns out.
Wow, that seems like a lot of work. That seems uncharacteristic for Gavin.
So from what I hear, Gavin was the last person to get his tuxedo lined up. Like waited till the absolute last day to get your tuxedo, right? Get
Well, I
fitted
mean,
for
if they can do it up to a certain day, that's the day you do it.
Because
Why
he
not?
could change. Who knows? He could just like sprout extra muscles or something.
true.
What if he gained like 30 pounds?
Exactly.
You don't want to like go back twice
I'm also
and do
going
it.
to pick it up the day before the wedding.
There you go. Good way to do it.
I think everyone picks it up the day before the wedding, don't they?
Mine's available now. Thank you very much.
Why would you pick it up now?
I don't know. I'm not going to.
Why wouldn't you pick it up now? You're giving him
It's
shit
like,
for
then you have-
waiting.
no, I agree with him on this point. It's like now, you if you pick it up early, you just run the risk of ruining it.
Well, you get it fitted. You check it again, make sure it's right.
What the fuck do you people do with tuxedos? What do you do? Like wear it around the house when you're
you
cooking
don't know my
bacon?
life. If I got it for 5 days, I'm going to wear it for 5 fucking days. I'm paying for it.
No way.
I asked Michael what was required of me to be in the wedding party. He said I just have to walk down the aisle and stand there. So I could do that.
You know
Brilliant.
where to stand.
Do you know where you are in the order? Like, are you? I guess it's what rehearsal dinner's for.
Yeah, I
which
have to
you'll
go to the
through.
rehearsal.
Have you ever been to a wedding party before?
No.
Okay, so this should be your first time.
Wait, didn't you miss the first RTX because you had to go be in a wedding?
No,
That's right.
I went to a wedding.
It's even worse.
Yeah, he
you just
wasn't even-
went to a wedding?
Yeah, he wasn't even part
No,
of
I
it.
said I was going to go.
I encouraged him to go. It's your friend's wedding. Your friend only gets married once. Typically. So you go to your friend's wedding. You made the right choice.
Nah.
You made the right choice.
I went to the next RTX.
Well, I feel like we're the little angel and little devil on his shoulders.
You think you should skip life events to go to RTX?
Absolutely.
I think so. I agree with
July
Gus.
4th to 6th, 2014 at the Austin Convention Center.
All right, fair
Tickets
Tickets
enough.
are
tickets
almost
now.
sold out.
I will
you need
be
to buy
there.
tickets now because they're going to sell out this week.
I will not
That's
be at
what
a
I
wedding.
hear. So buy your tickets now. You have
I
to.
heard the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That those tickets will be gone very soon.
Yep, so
Gus
you
doesn't
buy
want to say it,
tickets.
but
Very soon. I wouldn't say this week, but they'll be gone very soon. So
They're
we
gone
have,
tomorrow.
we have Hulk hands in honor of
you have Hulk
My
hands.
thumb is on the
we have
wrong
Hulk hand
side.
in
What
honor
do you
of Michael's bachelor party.
Here's your other one.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I dropped it.
Gus.
I'm all Hulk thumb.
Green thumb.
So it got me thinking, like before we start the podcast, how does the Hulk jack off?
He just does it like normal.
No, but it's like
What,
he's
you
like
think
super
his
strong.
cock stays like the size of a
Right.
little
Does his
cocktail
cock get all like
sausage?
big
yeah.
and green and angry too? Like, is he ever in danger of ripping it off?
I'm
Or
certain
like, what
it-
if he squeezes too hard and it like just like pops off like a
What if
rocket?
you squeeze too hard?
I'm not the fucking Hulk.
Is there any picture anywhere of the Hulk with just a tiny little pink penis on his big green body?
It's like the one thing that doesn't change.
If it doesn't cover everything. Well, his pants don't rip, right? That's the one thing that stays on him. Like his
Yeah.
shirt goes, the bottom, like from the knee down to the pants goes. What is it about?
What if he had big green Hulk testicles and still like the little tiny pink dick?
You wouldn't be able to see it.
His balls would look like this.
Also,
like the Hulk hands.
would jacking off cause him to get the transformation to happen? Could it possibly?
What, because he's angry?
No, wouldn't that make
depends on
that
what
would
It's
make-
just anger?
that
It
would
Depends
make
on
him-
what he's into.
That would make him human again. I think that would that would calm him down. Like he'd turn human again. You go back to Bruce Banner. that point. You're right.
Here, this would be
you're
really
right,
dangerous. What if jacking off as the Hulk was way better than doing it as Bruce Banner? Way better. Because then he's sitting around the house, he's got the decision to make going, well, I could jerk off. Or I could Hulk jerk off.
But we gotta be careful. It's like when you get off, when the Hulk gets off, is it like a tank firing like a round? Is it like he's got a giant hole in the side of his house? He's like, definitely should have Bruce Bannered it.
Also, it's
I mean,
like
that would make him angry too. He'd be like, fuck.
just like jerking off like takes away your ability to make bad decisions. Like if you jerk off, like, oh no, I'm not gonna go do that. I'm just gonna go sleep for 5 hours now. What if like that was one way that he could stave off turning into the Hulk? He's like, oh, he's getting mad. He's like, if I go jerk it right now, I can save this.
So he falls in the thing, and like him and Black Widow are laying there next to each other, and she's like, no, Bruce, like, no, I have to do it.
Exactly.
Your safety. It's for your safety.
Exactly right.
It's for your own good.
No, it's not weird. I promise. That would have made that movie a lot
It's
more.
not you, it's me.
It totally would have, right? Like that's the only one because he's always worried about turning into the Hulk. What if he had this one out that he could do?
Bruce, are you
Just
okay? Shh, don't talk.
He just has to
Just don't make eye contact. Shh.
he has to unleash his green beans.
Too far.
All right.
That was
Uncalled
too far.
for.
You know, there was a thread on I think it was on Reddit today. It was early concept art. I saw it on Imgur. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
I try not to say it.
I thought it was Imgur.
Imgur.
I don't know.
Whatever. So I saw it on
Imgur.
there. It was early concept art of stuff, and one of the things was the Abomination from the second
Incredible Hulk.
movie. It was the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Did Ang Lee make that one?
No, he made the first one.
So this was the
This was the Ed Norton
one.
Yeah, with Jennifer Connelly.
And it
no,
had
she was in the
Tim
first one.
Roth.
She was in the first one, yeah.
Tim
Roth,
Roth
yeah,
as
yeah.
the Abomination. Anyway, it had all these like concept art for things, and like the most drastic one was Will Smith in I Am Legend. It was the way he turned out. That movie changed a lot in concept for an adapted movie. They started with a book, a novel. They turned it into a movie, and then they completely rewrote the ending of it and everything else. And
Yeah.
even filmed the whole ending. Did you ever see the alternate ending to I Am Legend?
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah.
Him driving off, right?
No. It's a little bit more. I think the one driving off is like
Is that the original?
current, is the current one.
Right.
That's the
yeah.
actual ending? Okay.
Yeah, but fucking spoilers and all that stuff. But anyway, they had a bunch of different concept art and how it evolved over time to the real movie. Abomination was exactly the same. It's like I wonder why it was even included because it was like there's Abomination and then there's Abomination.
1-to-1.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I guess how this movie talks makes me think about it. Earlier today, you and I were talking about Who Framed Roger Rabbit because I was it had it
Hoskins
on.
died.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins died. I had it on in my office earlier. So I thought this movie came out in 1988. How much money did this movie cost to make?
First of all, hold on a second. How did you have Who Framed Roger Rabbit on in your office?
No, there's Netflix on my TV.
You tell everyone in this company to never
You're
stream
streaming
fucking
Netflix.
I don't
movies.
say shit. I don't say that. Adam Baird says that.
I can
And
put
that was at the old office.
every fucking meeting. All you say is don't stream movies.
What,
to
have I ever
everybody.
said that? I've never
yeah,
said
you
that.
totally said
I've
that.
never said.
I might have. Oh God!
Jerk it!
Quick! Whoa!
That was actually really an awesome
I've
hit.
never. Adam Baird always says that, and that was at the old office when we had limited internet. Now I've got
I'm
I've got
fucking ratting you
Netflix
out to
on
Baird.
every screen in front
I
of me.
can't wait for you to get pissed off at how our internet now is clogged, and then we'll play this back to you.
Yeah,
I love this time of year because of the pumpkin.
you like pumpkin movies.
But so fucking throwing me off track. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I was watching it. Okay, I was watching it at home. Are you happy?
Great movie.
How
Looks
much did it
great.
cost?
So it came out in 1988.
1988.
Do you want to take a guess, or you just want me to tell you how much money
I'm gonna
that
guess
movie
it cost $40 million.
You guessed exactly what I guessed.
Yeah.
40 million.
65.
It was $70 million in 1988.
Winner, chicken
which,
dinner.
adjusted
Gavin
for
Free.
inflation, is $135 million.
Wow.
It was the most expensive movie of the decade.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Makes-
What was
makes total
adjusted
sense.
for inflation? What was the most expensive movie ever to that
Eddie.
point in time? I guess Cleopatra.
I didn't look that up. Maybe.
Yeah.
The everything in that movie is so good though. The way they have the cartoons holding stuff, like like when Roger Rabbit's trying to do a shot of whiskey or something, and it's like in his hand and sloshing around.
Yeah,
they had like metal arms and wires and stuff.
Yeah,
and
and
then
I
just
was
drew
reading
around
the
them.
trivia on it, and it talked about how like there's a couple of scenes where a cartoon actor and a person actor are interacting, and there'll be like a lamp or a light that's like moving, casting light differently across the scene. It's like, and then they might have to match up in the animation, the light coming across it and everything.
Did you read the trivia about when Bob Hoskins grabs Roger by the neck, and he got the eye line wrong? They forgot that Roger was down here, so they have him press up against the wall so he's taller.
Yeah.
Because they'd already shot it, so they just have the cartoon like fix that error.
That's clever.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's not grabbing him by the throat. I think he's just yelling at him against a wall.
I'm surprised that, like, if you took a look at a movie that cost $130 million, that they made a movie starring Bob Hoskins. You know, and that was
Christopher Lloyd, right?
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Lloyd was, I think, pretty well known.
Wasn't Bob Hoskins well known?
Yeah, a little bit, but not like.
I read also in the trivia that originally they wanted to cast Bill Murray as the Bob Hoskins character, but Zemeckis could not get in touch with him. And according to the trivia, who knows if it's true or not, Bill Murray says that he was in a public place when he read that interview with Robert Zemeckis and just started screaming out loud because he would have done the role.
Really, just couldn't get hold of him.
Yeah.
Well,
But of course, Bill Murray can say that in hindsight because the movie was a huge success.
Yeah,
and,
Absolutely.
We've told the story about Bill Murray doing Garfield, right?
Yeah.
On this podcast.
Tell it again. Fuck it. It's been a long time.
So Bill Murray, he got a script landed on his desk. It was Garfield, and he saw it was written by Ethan Coen, the Coen brothers, and he's like, okay, yeah, anything the Coen brothers do, I'm going to do. And so he signed on. You sign on to it without even reading. He's like, yeah, sure, it's Coen brothers movie. Of course I'll do it. Turned out it was actually like Ethan Cohen. Like it's Cohen.
It was a different spelling. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the Coen brothers. It was somebody else. And at that point, he was locked into it. So he's like, shit. So he did Garfield. And apparently...
And then they tricked him into the sequel also.
Well, apparently he went in and basically saw their script and just improvised the whole movie. And they reanimated to everything he improvised for the first movie. And then he said, I'll do another one if you let me take care of the script first. Like, give me the script, I'll rewrite it. They said, sure. And they brought him back in and they were like, oh, the script's finished already. And he's like, God damn it. So he did it again. And so...
It's a good movie. Garfield.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen either. But Bill Murray's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome. And I don't think bad movies really stick to actors. I don't. Like, I like as actors get older and they pretty much will do, like, they just want to work and they'll do a bunch of different roles. I like that personally.
Speaking of people who want to keep working even though they don't have to, I saw Jerry Seinfeld do stand-up a couple of days ago.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he still does that.
That guy's really funny.
Was it funny? I thought about going to it, but I wasn't sure if you...
I thought his
Did he
stuff
do
would
the
be...
Q&A thing at the end? Mm-mm. Oh, that used to be a big part of his act. He would do a whole Q&A.
Oh, no, I thought he'd be, 90s funny and wouldn't really be relevant now. Totally fine. He's just like making jokes about the iPhone and stuff like that. He's like totally kept up with everything.
Did he have that brick board behind him, like the brick wall behind him?
No.
And the stool?
Is he just poaching material?
I
from
think
Martin
Gavin's
Seinfeld?
impressed that he kept up with like the world, like that he didn't just lock himself in his big mansion.
I thought like humor can become dated.
What? And if he did the same jokes for 15 years now.
Pages, right?
What's the deal with answering machines? The payphones. But they said, I read a funny thing, which was like how every episode of Seinfeld, the problem, whatever they have, could be solved if they had a cell phone.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's like just the fact they didn't have cell phones in the 90s, that literally any problem they had could have been solved in any episode.
In the 90s.
In the 90s.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, it was in the 190 when they made it. The crazy thing about Seinfeld is that's the series, like you talk about like feeling old. That's the one I always come back to, which is they never made an episode of Seinfeld in the 2000s.
Yeah, went off in May of 98.
90 to 98.
98, yeah. Like I think just this week is the 10th anniversary of the end of Friends. And
Yeah,
that's
2004.
crazy to me because does that mean Friends
ran
ran for
longer?
6 years after Seinfeld?
Yeah, Friends
Wow.
ran through 2004?
Yeah, it was
seems
94
wrong.
to 2004.
Yeah. Must have ran a while afterwards. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But Jerry Seinfeld has a really good web series called
Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
yeah, have you watched any of it?
Yeah.
It got renewed for like 3 more seasons already or something.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's
I watched-
fucking Jerry Seinfeld.
I've only seen
Yeah.
a few. I watched him do Larry David, Ricky Gervais, and Howard Stern. They're all pretty funny. And Tina Fey.
He makes so much fucking money
Doing
from that show. No, Seinfeld
Oh.
in syndication. He just
Is it like 160 million a year still or something?
he makes so much money doing it that when it changed times in New York, like on the local station in New York,
In syndication.
in syndication, he went on Letterman to promote the time change of the syndication
Jesus.
change in New York. And even Letterman was like, how much money do you need at this point? Aren't you done making money?
He's got like the vault, the 10 by 10. He walks in with a stack, the bricks of money, like
So
Walter
is he one of the
White
richest
style.
people in entertainment? Because surprisingly, entertainment isn't always as big money as you'd expect.
No, not like business leaders or anything like that. If you look at the most, we've talked about this before, like the most wealthy people, they tend to be like business people
Yeah.
and things. And like Lucas, I mean, look at Lucas. He sold Lucasfilm for $4 billion, and then Facebook buys WhatsApp a few years later for $16 to $18 billion. You know, it's just like,
Their margin of error is half of what Star Wars was worth.
yeah, that's a great way to look at it.
Well, wasn't Marvel bought by Disney for like $4 billion?
It's right there. 4.1 billion and 4.2 billion are Lucas and Marvel. I think
Yeah.
like one of them is 0.1 billion more.
Are you
Just
excited about-
$100 million bucks.
You
No
excited
big
about all the new Star Wars stuff coming out? May the 4th was yesterday.
I'm trying not to pay too much attention to it.
Was
No.
May the 4th yesterday? I didn't get constantly fucking reminded about that on fucking social media. I fucking
Just stay
hate
off for the day.
May the 4th.
There are certain
It
days
is
on the calendar.
Worst day of the year.
It's really the worst day of the year.
Gus.
Fucking terrible.
Cinco de Mayo.
How do you feel on Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de Mayo is a fucking close second behind May the 4th.
So this is a shitty week for
It's
you, is what
a
you're saying.
goddamn shitty
So
week.
Cinco de Mayo has no value in Mexican history at all.
It's essentially a celebration in one town in Mexico, where one battle was fucking held in a goddamn war that Mexico lost.
I like that you're so worked up by these two holidays back to back. None of them affect your life in any way.
I have to read about it.
just put
I
your
have to get a
phone- he's got
fucking
a balloon-
Mylar
he's got a balloon
balloon
next to his
with the
head that says
goddamn Mexican flag that says Cinco de Mayo on it.
It's also Michael's bachelor party.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we got the piñata.
Piñata.
to that-
Look
we'll
at
get-
how
we'll
you
get to that
slip
later.
into the Spanish piñata.
We
Do you have to pronounce it Spanish-like?
I guess. How do you say it? You say piñata?
Pinata.
Piñata.
He get the Enya?
What?
I say piñata.
You'd have it too.
Piñata.
Yeah, it's different. You
went
say it.
Piñata.
Piñata?
Piñata.
Yeah, it's piñata.
You gotta like,
Oh,
get a
okay, I see,
heavier
it's
Y.
the
More
ATA
staccato.
part.
I say piñata.
Piñata. Piñata.
Well,
Piñata.
before we-
Taco.
like, are you interested in the Star Wars stuff at all? Like, do you give a shit at all?
Yeah, I'm actually really interested in it.
What do you think of Chewbacca?
Jesus, Chewie.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me that they are getting rid of the expanded universe stuff.
Yeah, they
That's
dropped all
only
of that.
the
Not
films are
surprising
canon?
at all to me.
But it's like they have a chance to like really clean house and downplay this midichlorian shit. But when you cut out the expanded universe and you just stick with the films, you got to deal with the midichlorian shit.
Well, they only dealt with that in the first movie in Phantom Menace, and they pretty much forgot about
What,
it.
they're trying to get away from
I
it?
haven't fucking forgotten about it. It's been 15 years.
What qualifies as expanded universe? Just anything that's outside of the Lucas-produced films and
The
TV
only
shows?
canon will be the movies,
movies.
and the Clone Wars.
And
the Clone
stuff
Wars
coming
TV
from
show.
this point
Yes.
on, I thought like games and stuff from this point
I
on
don't
will
think
be
so.
part of canon.
I could be wrong about that. I didn't hear that.
I thought they wiped out everything before, but now from this point on, it's all going to be in one big universe.
and that's like
You know what's a creepy thing to me about the Clone Wars?
what?
creepy thing about the Clone Wars is one of the main characters in that is that Padawan Ashoka. The whatever I don't know what the
with
race
the-
is.
with the
She has
long-
blue and white hair.
Yeah.
The creepy thing about that is I know that everybody died after Episode 3 going to A New Hope. Like all the Jedi were
Right.
killed except for Ben Kenobi.
Order 76 or
66.
66.
Yeah.
And whatever. Not that we know that.
Nerds.
We're nerds. Yeah.
Blaine's
but
laughing off camera.
so she gets killed in Revenge of the Sith. You see her get killed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like she's on that like flower mushroom planet.
She
and
dies under a leaf.
She gets wailed on and killed by stormtroopers.
What?
Right? It's a different Jedi.
That's a different Jedi.
Okay,
So
I'm glad you said
Blaine offset.
Blaine's a Star Wars expert off.
Super nerd over
It was
there.
funny because I walked in, people were decorating their offices here, and I go, Blaine, is this your desk? And he goes, yeah, bro, fucking Star Wars posters. And I look up, there's 3 Star Wars posters. I go, yeah, because nobody else in this fucking company would like Star
When
Wars.
I think of Star
That's your
Wars, I
thing.
think of Blaine.
Really?
That's the
Absolutely.
Blaine thing. I don't think of
Absolutely.
muscles.
No.
Man, he was humble bragging earlier. Okay, I'm gonna throw him under the bus a bit here. So we've got like this special dedicated area over here, the champagne room with all of our equipment. Yeah, it's off camera over there.
Champagne room.
Yeah,
That's what it's called.
And
No, you don't have to call it that.
We have the kennels and the champagne room.
the gates around it that enclose it don't go all the way to the floor. And he's like, oh, I got to get something out of there, but I don't have a key. Is it within arm's reach? Because I can reach my arm under there. Just my chest is too big to get under the thing. I was like, is this some kind of humble brag? You're all like, my muscular chest can't fit under the.
I have a video of Brandon getting under there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got trapped and like he almost couldn't breathe when it was right in the middle of his ribs. He's like, I should post that.
Blaine's like, yo, can't fit under the fucking gate. Better go jerk off. Go back to my normal form.
I'm surprised your massive bicep could fit in there.
But but it always creeped me out because I thought Ashoka got killed. I mean, she eventually does get killed.
Yeah, everyone pretty much get killed. She leaves the Jedi Order.
She leaves the Jedi Order.
Okay.
All right, so she's safe. That's a fucking cop out. She gets killed in Revenge.
How many
of the Sith.
seasons of Clone Wars have there been?
A lot.
6 seasons.
Hey, so
okay.
before we get too far away from the topic, I have the Wikipedia page up here. We were talking about money and wealth and all that other stuff. And we were talking about most expensive movies ever made. What is the most expensive movie ever made adjusted for inflation?
Avatar.
I want to guess Avatar.
Gone with the Wind.
Titanic.
You would be
maybe?
wrong about Avatar.
Wow.
It's number 8.
Titanic would.
What do they list its budget? Incidentally, just out of curiosity.
Avatar they have listed and adjusted as $261 million.
Waterworld.
Waterworld's up there.
It is 266.
Wow.
It's above that. It's number 6.
Men in Black 3?
It is Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
That was
$341 million to
Jesus.
make.
Didn't
And
they
they
film that
made
one back
money
to
on
back?
I think they did. I think they
Wait,
did that
At
thing.
World's End was
The
that
third
was,
one.
That was the third one. Yes.
Yeah, I thought they filmed 2 and 3 back to back.
Well, you can't count it then.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're also saying Star Wars. Ash is sending me that the Star Wars Rebels TV show that they just started putting out content for. That's going to be canon as well.
Okay.
Have you read the expanded universe stuff for Star Wars?
I've read some of it. I read the
They got something in there that's as bad as the midichlorians, I think.
Islarmi.
The Islarmi.
Yeah, that sucks. That's bullshit.
It's like a muskrat that blocks the Force. It's like a ferret.
Yeah, I love the Admiral Thrawn trilogy.
Right.
Yeah.
Except for that fucking Islarmi. And then they have like
And that clone Jedi guy.
the concept of the stormtroopers that have like those rigs around them covered in Islarmi.
Yes.
to like dampen the force.
So they
That's
like
funny.
they wrap like the new Empire people in these like
Muskrats.
ferrets and muskrats, and that's how they block the Force.
They
make-
couldn't.
Well, that's not going to stop a
extract it.
lightsaber.
yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
There
with
was
the
no
lightsaber in
way
your
to
head.
extract it from the animal. They had to just stick the animal to them.
There wasn't really much of an explanation. I don't remember.
So what's the
This is the Timothy Zahn books,
Yeah.
if you're interested.
What's the issue with the what's it? Chlorine?
Midichlorians?
Something?
It's just like you remove the mysticism from
Yeah.
it. It was like, oh, it's just something in your blood. Here's a test. You're a Jedi. Oh, you're not a Jedi.
It was
So a
like it
blood
was
transfusion can make you a Jedi.
I don't know if it makes you a Jedi, but you're more sensitive to the Force. So,
and being a Jedi is
No,
being
it's
sensitive to
how
the Force.
humans
Yeah.
connect to the Force is via these organisms that live in their bloodstream. That's what a midichlorian is.
there's some weird stuff.
That was the name
though.
of our softball team at the tech support company.
Was it?
Yeah, the midichlorians.
You guys are nerds.
But there was some weird stuff like Anakin Skywalker was a virgin birth. Right?
There was a lot of
There
stuff
was-
in
yeah.
episode 1 where it was just garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
They
got-
should get rid of episode 1 completely. Somebody did an edit.
Someone did a recut of the
Phantom
first
edit?
3 movies where it's basically 2 movies. Like they took the first and second movie and basically kind of blended them together.
Yeah.
Where it's like Anakin as a boy, like for like a split second, and then it cuts into Clone Wars or Attack of the Clones. And so, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that first movie you can just forget about. And they killed off such a cool villain. You got Darth Maul, but apparently Darth Maul comes back in the Clone Wars at some point. He's got like
He comes
robot
back at
legs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like spider robot legs. He's in
Yeah.
a comic
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the comics.
What was I gonna say? Something about shitty fucking Phantom Menace. Fuck it, I can't remember.
Yeah,
Jar?
it sucks. But I'm excited about it. I mean, I know everybody wants to see them, but I'm actually a little weirded out that they're going to have the old cast in there as like
Yeah.
so old. I mean, how much time has passed?
Well, isn't it almost like 1-to-1? It's been like 35 years since Jedi in like their time or in the universe time.
No, I mean real time. If you're going 1-to-1, it hasn't been quite 35 years, but it's close.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll
2007
be damn
was-
close. It'll be 2016, right? Or is
Oh,
it-
I guess yeah. If you're looking forward, yeah, it'll be
So-
right there. It'll be close enough.
yeah. So, I mean, I'm cool with that. I like the idea. I like as long as they're not. Well, I'd like them to play more of a part than just kind of like a cameo, like a walk on. Like, hey, look, it's Han Solo. Bye, Han Solo, and he walks away.
Is he going to look like he did when he was at the Oscars?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He probably won't have an earring in.
I mean, it'll still be the person, right?
He looked like deer in
I
headlights.
wonder how they got him to come back.
I think it was something to do with Indiana Jones, wasn't it? Like he wanted to do another Indiana Jones, and they said if you do this, you can have another Indiana Jones.
Are you fucking shitting
Oh
me?
my
I know, I'm
god, this
dead
story's
serious.
getting worse and worse.
I'm dead serious on that. It was something like that. Like he wanted to do another Indiana Jones, and they said, "Well, you have to do Star Wars if you're going to do that."
The fucking Indiana Jones are gonna make it at this point.
Oh my god! He didn't learn his lesson. Or does he want? The question is, does he want to erase our memory of the last one, or does he want to make another one like that?
Well, they got a problem now that Shia LaBeouf has officially retired
Oh,
and
yeah.
has stopped creating.
He's not famous anymore, right?
He's not famous anymore.
Did you see that music video where it has knob out?
What?
Is that from the movie that he's in, Nymphomaniac?
I don't know. It was just in some little short film with his knob out and all that.
Is it a music video? Or is
Was
it
it
a
a
short
Vine?
film?
I don't know. It was just. I think I watched it on mute, so it was hard to tell.
There we go. Shia LaBeouf,
Man,
knob out.
I read an article today about Kenny Baker and Anthony Daniels. Apparently, they hate each other.
What?
Like R2D2 and C3PO.
I totally believe that.
They don't like each other.
I totally believe that.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like, that's
They worked
funny.
together for 10 years, and they worked in the fucking deserts and swamps. I'd be like, fuck
Yeah.
this
High
British
stress
prick.
situation.
What?
So,
It's a high stress situation.
It's a
to be
high-stress situation.
In a costume on a movie set.
You're in a fucking metal costume all day. One guy's in a trash can, the other guy's essentially in a metal coffin
Why do they
wrapped
need a
around him.
dude in that?
What?
Why do they need a dude in the little?
because they needed something. They needed someone strong enough to control like the servos inside, and they couldn't put a kid in there because they want to be strong enough.
I could.
Yeah.
They probably want to get around
Fucking
like
kid.
child labor laws.
Yeah,
Like the
that's
kid
true.
could only work so long and
But
stuff like that.
I read this article, but the crazy thing was with the C-3PO, his helmet is bolted onto his head. Like they literally had to like bolt it on, so he couldn't just pop it off.
Like they did surgery and they fucking inserted
Well, no.
thread.
No,
the,
it's
the
like in
front piece,
cases.
the front piece, the back piece,
Oh, I
they bolt
see.
together. So like if he needed to get out of there, they'd have to get like a screwdriver, like a power drill, and get him out.
Fuck
That
Yeah,
is
it's like, no.
claustrophobic.
That would
Dude.
suck. And you're shooting in the Tunisian desert in the first
You
week.
start panicking, and
with
you have
a-
that little like mouth hole. Like, no, I'm
No.
good. I'll
There was a
pass.
story of Robert Llewellyn, who played the robot in Red Dwarf. His first ever scene was he had to light a cigarette from his finger. That was like one of the things the robot could do. He would light a cigarette for the human character.
That's
But
useful.
it was shot at a jacuzzi, and the steam was going everywhere, and I guess the moisture got into his costume, and whenever they would spark the lighter, he got electrocuted.
Oh my god.
So we're seeing porn on all of our monitors now.
Yeah, we're watching
Shia
Shia
LaBeouf's-
LaBeouf and
Huang.
No, he's still got his knob.
No, you missed it already.
Oh, his knob was out.
Yeah, it was out.
So
Yeah.
what is this? Do we have any context? Is it a music video? or
you
short
act
film?
like I'm playing
Yeah.
it.
No,
I'm going,
I'm-
that's a safe. No, it's not quite safe for work. No, naked lady up there. There we go. Use your imagination there.
Yeah,
There
there,
we
you
go.
When did you see this, Gav?
So we're looking at some kind of short film.
like a year
And
ago.
It
why
looks
did
like
you
it's
see
shot
this?
on like a graffiti set, and it's Shia LaBeouf getting his knob out with some girl who looks like she isn't
They
Gwyneth
swapped
Paltrow.
clothes. Oh,
Oh, there it is. He's getting his knob back in, I think.
Who the fuck knows what we're looking at?
Dude,
I don't know.
what
Who the
he
fuck
was in
knows?
Transformers. He was in 3 Transformers.
he in the new one?
movie? No.
No.
Mark Wahlberg.
He was
replacing
Indiana
him.
Jones. He was going to take over the Indiana Jones
And
franchise.
he would have been great. He was a cool character.
no, he wasn't.
Yeah, he
He
was.
swung through the jungle.
That
on
was
vines.
ridiculous, but like that sort of era of character, sort of like the
Like the
mod type
50s era?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Teresa.
that. That would have been a cool character.
I
to
thought it was
follow around.
appropriate as well.
Yeah.
I did. But the movie was ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Crystal Skull.
Why was it more ridiculous than any of the other ones?
The ants and all that stuff,
Yeah.
that was ridiculous.
Well, what about the bloody face melting in the other one, and then the
Well, that's like
voodoo
that's,
crap in the
That's the
second
wrath
one?
of God coming down on him. It's not a bunch of ants coming after you. And
God can control ants.
then, you were just saying, you literally just said 2 seconds ago that he was swinging through the jungle on vines.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So there you go. That's my example. What you said.
The
How did
enemy-
you get upset about it?
the enemy
and then
could be
5
anything.
seconds later, you tell me what's wrong with it.
The enemy could be anything. I'll believe it. But a dude swinging from vines, there's definitely a more effective method of travel than swinging by vines.
It was very dumb. That's what I'm saying. It was dumb. That's exactly.
But
I'm agreeing
ants
with you.
aren't dumb.
The ants were dumb.
They're not dumb.
The ants were dumb.
Why were they dumb?
So is the whole
They were
thing.
dumb.
I mean, we're talking about the ending of the movie here. If you haven't seen Crystal Skull at this point, is the whole thing with the aliens at the end? That was dumb.
Yeah.
It could have been handled better, I think.
I thought it was dumb.
I was okay with the aliens, but the way they handled it was like, I don't know.
It's also the worst Lego game.
Is
I
it?
just want to point that out.
You made some guides with JD on that, didn't you?
Yeah, way back in the day, JD and I did. We went and saw when I took JD down to Australia. I took him to see Crystal Skull because even though it was PG-13 in Australia, it didn't matter. And it was like no rules, man. Took him to see it. He had a little tough time at the end. With
They're always sensitive about different things in other countries when it comes to ratings boards as compared to the U.S. Like I know the one I was thinking about is an Attack of the Clones. They had to edit a headbutt out in the UK release.
Really?
When Ewan McGregor,
We lose our headbutts a lot.
Yeah,
There's almost every if you take a movie from the US and a movie from the UK, they'll sometimes say there's like a 20 or like 15-second difference. It's just all the headbutts removed. Same with the Matrix. We lost all the headbutts in the fights.
Why headbutts?
Brutal.
they don't want to encourage kids to butt heads.
Okay. They're cool with all the weapons
heads.
and shit.
The sex.
Yeah.
Do you remember that clip where I guess Ewan McGregor first finds out that they're going to call episode 2 Attack of the Clones? He's like on a red carpet and
he's
like-
on the red carpet for Moulin Rouge because he's with Nicole Kidman.
right, and then
Does he laugh it off or
yeah,
something?
the reporter says, "What do you think about episode 2 being called Attack of the Clones?" He goes, "What?" And he says it again. He just starts laughing, and he turns to Nicole Kidman. She's like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, "They're calling the movie Attack of the Clones."
And then she starts laughing with her hand over her mouth. She goes, "No," and it was pretty sad.
He might be the best thing from the new trilogy. Like he was pretty good casting for Obi-Wan, I think.
He was good for Obi-Wan, but there was somebody today, I think it was Carrie, was doing like a bunch of Ewan McGregor imitations from Revenge of the Sith, and it
Yeah.
was pretty fucking funny. I mean, it was just like how bad some of that dialogue is.
Yeah, and Christopher Lee was pretty good in Attack of the Clones, like as
I
Count
believe that
Dooku.
guy's still alive.
But like in 3, they just got rid of him. It was like, oh, okay, the thing fell on him. Oh, he's dead.
Count Dooku is one of the most
Like, what? Like
frustrating characters in any franchise ever, because you don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy, but he's literally the only guy on screen who understands exactly what's going on.
Which
Yeah.
is why he's so confusing.
Yeah.
The whole goddamn script's confusing.
It makes no sense.
He's a good guy who the good guys think is bad.
And he's learning to be a bad guy to be a better good guy.
Correct.
And he has
So
the
is he
whole
like a-
plot figured out, and then he kills everybody, and then they kill him. And
Yeah.
it's just he's
And
Was he like an undercover Jedi?
the character makes no sense. He was a Jedi, yeah, like going undercover as a Sith, basically.
But then he discovers that by going undercover, he can protect them, the Jedi, by killing them and stopping what they're doing.
Count Dooku's probably one of the worst characters like ever written.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, it's just nonsensical. And then when you distill it down, he's actually the only character that makes any sense. So that's what makes him so fucking frustrating.
Then he fights
So-
Yoda, and Yoda goes bouncing all over that room. And it's like,
I fucking hated that, by the way.
It was
Everybody
like-
loved that so much.
yeah, the idea is like, oh, we're gonna see Yoda fight. That's gonna be so cool. And then it's like, what? It's just ridiculous.
I disagree. I think Yoda fighting was totally counter to what Yoda was.
I would have been happy seeing Yoda fight without lifting a finger.
No,
like if
exactly.
this lightsaber would have gone and like done everything he want, like controlled it.
That
That'd have been
with you.
cool.
Yeah, that
but
with
him
you.
bouncing around and stuff, I was like, oh god damn it. You know, it's I don't like it.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And like him fighting Sidious throwing shit at each other in the council room and stuff is too much.
Hey, since we're talking about movies, can I talk about something that really struck me as funny this week?
Let's do it.
Go for it.
So the new Godzilla trailer came out, and then there's an Asian Godzilla trailer came out, and the people in Japan are really upset because they think that Godzilla, since he's come to America, has gotten fat. They don't like fat Godzilla. They've been really upset by it. I sent some pictures of them. They're like, yeah,
Fat shaming.
Japanese people are fat shaming Godzilla
That's
now.
one of the most ridiculous headlines I've ever seen in my life.
That's awesome.
There's a great one of like Godzilla. It's like a side view, and he just looks like a big chub.
He's eating too many like irradiated apple pies.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
these giant apple pies and
curious
cheeseburgers.
I'm
It's
curious
gonna
how
be
many
like
monsters
Cloverfield.
are in this thing. Like if you watch a trailer, there are clearly like monsters that are not Godzilla in that. Like there's
What?
flying ones. Yeah.
Yeah, there are hints as well.
There's
If you look at some of the monitors,
There's like
and some
hints of
the things-
Mothra.
There's at least hints for 3 other monsters. I
Oh no
believe.
shit!
What was the name of the little
They
the
kind of
cheeky
have
little
to after
dinosaur
Pacific Rim. They kind of have to.
Yeah.
Keep it down to one.
in the cartoon? There was like a mini Godzilla who was like, all-
Godzuki.
yeah.
Look at you.
It's the son of Godzilla.
Because the credits would be like Godzilla, and they'd be like Godzilla.
And he can blow smoke rings. He
Yeah,
was
he
like,
would like fly in and do a little somersault on the boat.
he was like a shitty version of Godzilla.
And did you hear also that I guess the previous Godzilla movie, the one with Matthew Broderick, that Godzilla has been reclassified, so it's not a Godzilla monster.
Correct.
It is a Zilla.
Zilla, right?
And
They,
not
they're
a-
disowning that movie.
Right. So it's like
Was that Devil?
alternate
chunky
universe kind of thing.
Yeah, look at big fat
That is
Godzilla.
that is a middle-aged midlife crisis, buying a convertible, dating a little Godzilla half of his age, American Godzilla
Let's
right
see
there.
him again. I want to see big fat Godzilla.
No.
I love him.
So okay, so
Fucking rocket.
is the new
I love
Godzilla? Does the Matthew Broderick Godzilla exist in this universe? Godzilla?
No.
Okay,
So
so
it's
At the
like
end
these
of that
disown-
movie, an egg hatched, didn't it? Ooh, sequel. Remember that? Right at the end of the old Godzilla movie.
I watched
they
that movie
hatched it?
once.
Yeah, that would be
Just
Pacific
like a
Rim.
hatching egg after the credits.
I just don't know how the same company, Legendary, can go from making Pacific Rim one summer and then make a Godzilla movie the next summer. Like, I don't know how they go back into pitch meetings to say, we just made a movie that was all about giant robots fighting a bunch of Godzillas. Oh, let's just take out all the robots and most of the monsters and we'll just make one big lizard.
But we
That's
have
technically
Bryan
it.
Cranston and the dude from Inception. So let's
And
do
the
it.
dude from Inception.
Who? Christopher Nolan?
No. The Asian dude from Inception who hires
Oh,
them.
yeah.
I forget the
Yeah,
actor's
so,
name.
Obviously,
Ken
a huge
Watanabe?
box
Yeah,
office
Watanabe.
draw.
Ken Watanabe.
There you go.
What's another Ken Watanabe movie that you've gone to see?
I've seen a lot of his movies, actually. I cannot remember a single one
You
right now.
can't. Normally, when you name people, it's because they would be a reason to go see the movie. I'm not going to line up.
He
to
had all of
Last Samurai. That movie sucked.
he had
Last
all of the
Samurai.
exposition in Inception, and I couldn't understand a word he said.
Like his accent, or
Yeah,
just it was over
really
your head.
fierce accent. He was like describing the whole situation and stuff, and I was like,
How did you say Leonardo DiCaprio didn't have exposition? He's sitting in that cafe telling the girl from Last of Us everything that happens.
Page.
Ellen Page. Thank
Ken
you.
Watanabe.
Batman Begins.
Yeah, he's in Batman Begins.
Letters from Iwo Jima.
Can I tell you, hated Batman Begins.
Really?
Hated the whole what's his name? Fuzz Roda. What's his
Ra's
name?
al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul. Thank you.
Liam Neeson's? Man, I love Liam Neeson's.
He's the Jedi.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul is like a character I never really appreciated, and I don't like Scarecrow either. And but,
Oh, I thought
but
they handled Scarecrow well.
they definitely handled him well. They
Batman
definitely.
Begins, I thought was the best one of that trilogy.
Oh
Dark
man,
Knight.
Dark
It went
on- it went
Knight.
on.
The fucking Joker.
Dark Knight was like a week long.
You're a maniac.
No, I
crazy
thought
person.
Batman Begins went on too long. Like the fucking like train shit at the end. Like
Yeah.
The train thing makes no sense.
it was like 30 minutes too long.
Why did they put the microwave device on the train? Why not just hit the city with the microwave device? It didn't. Like, it was too much.
just
They
like
needed
the
to get
origins
to,
of
to
it.
the tower because the tower would set it off to
It was too
everything.
much. The train was too much.
Yeah.
It was
I
too much.
I think I just like an origin story.
Good lord, you must love every fucking American superhero movie ever. Then,
Hey, let's make another Superman movie.
Yeah.
God, unbelievable.
Well, they got what's his name, Ben Affleck, being Bruce Wayne in the next Superman versus Batman
He
movie or whatever it's
got-
called.
He'll be
Did
fine.
you
He's
see
an
that
Oscar winner,
headline?
for Christ's sake. Two-time Oscar winner.
They stopped him from playing blackjack at a casino in Vegas.
Yeah, he was counting cards.
Yeah, I want to say it was the Hard Rock.
Yeah, there was the Hard Rock. They said he was doing too good. They can't prove he's counting cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can just borrow him.
They said he
Yeah.
was too good and he's no longer allowed to play blackjack at the Hard Rock.
We got Joel and I got like booted from MGM for Joel for counting cards.
Really?
It's not illegal. You just like after a while, if you're too good at it, they go like get out. There's nothing illegal about it.
You know
you
what?
watch-
You'll be taken to an alley and just.
Dude, there was like,
Jesus
this
Christ.
dude was like a 5'4" Italian dude in a suit, and he stood there. He was so fucking intimidating. He stood right beside us at the blackjack table, and then eventually Joel goes, "I'm gonna cash out," and the guy goes, "I think that's a good idea. Thank you for visiting the MGM." And like just like walked
It's a
with us and we
different
left.
world to me. That
What's that?
just like etiquette and all that stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more like craps. You can't be intimidated in craps.
Did you see, I guess they're building like a new event center between New York, and the Monte Carlo?
No.
They're building like a 20,000 person.
So they're building it in front of the Monte Carlo essentially because the Monte Carlo is like 800 feet back off the strip.
Right, but you know, there's all like that fake Brooklyn Bridge shit.
Yeah.
Fake? It's not real.
Yeah, outside of New York, like
All that
all of that got
miniature New
demolished.
York shit.
And
Really?
that's where they're putting it, right there. Huh. So yeah, essentially in front of Monte Carlo and on top of the Brooklyn Bridge.
We got a friend who fucking hates Vegas with a passion. Hates it.
Wait,
And
who hates Vegas?
Joel Bush hates it.
Oh, so
Just
Joel-
hates it.
Joel fucking loves Vegas,
And he
but-
talked about how he hates the fakeness of it and the extravagance of it. He's actually very much like him and Joel Heyman are very much in line with each other. Like every time Joel tweets about gold, Joel Bush is like, yeah. Fucking
DIY.
collapse.
Tell me some more.
But he went to the what's the French word? Paris. He went to Paris casino, and he was in the mall where they have like the sky painted on the
Oh, yeah.
roof, and he like goes to like the shitty French restaurant, and it's inside the casino with the sky painted on the roof, and he said he wants a table. And they go for two, and they go, "Do you want indoors or outdoors?" And he goes, "I'm leaving." They considered in the mall, but outside the building under the painted sky. That was outdoors to them.
That's fucking funny.
That's
fun.
what they considered.
They do that like at Paris and also at the Venetian. They got those fucking gondolas and
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that shit.
And that
They're-
fucking blue water that you only see at amusement parks. It's like they just dye it blue.
Or you see it in toilets.
It's
That's
gross.
the other place you see it
It's
sometimes.
super gross. Super. Why don't they just like super chlorinate it? Would that be?
They probably smell.
Yeah.
They irritate people's eyes.
I guess so. I like the smell of chlorine.
You don't know, you do.
What? I do. I love the smell of chlorine.
It gives me tummy funnies.
You want to
Tummy
talk
funnies?
about it?
Funny.
Like I used
You
to
go to the
hate-
doctor, he's like, Mr. Free, it's hard to tell you. You've got tummy funnies.
I was always crap at swimming when I was a kid, and our school used to take us swimming all the time. So that waft of chlorine, when I went in, it used to make me nervous as a kid. And I'd be
So
like,
you have anxiety?
yeah, it brings back horrible smell memories.
But you
of-
love to go swimming.
I love swimming. Yeah, I can swim.
So the pool that you guys go to, like you were swimming this weekend,
Yeah,
that has chlorine in it. I'm assuming
It does, yeah.
Do you have to go through like
I think it's more
talk
of an
yourself down?
It gets trapped when it's an indoor pool. It gets sort of stuck in the walls.
Okay.
I fucking love it.
So you don't
Chlorine
like
walls.
indoor chlorine smell, but you're okay with
No,
outdoor.
he's just saying he doesn't like
can't
chlorine
really
smell, but
smell
it gets
outdoors.
concentrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know that.
Blaine was there.
You know what I don't like? You ever been to
Hey.
steam room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's
Yeah.
I can't stand that. Like that dry but wet smell. It's just like ugh. It smells like old naked dudes. That's what it smells like to me. It's exactly what it smells like.
Foot.
Here, let me.
Wait, hold on one second though.
uh,
I want to say something. We were. This is tying up a bunch of thoughts here. We were at the pool. We sat out by the pool all weekend because it was Ashley's birthday.
Great
So we
weekend.
Fucking
The
hung
weather was
out.
perfect.
Happy birthday.
Fucking just hung out and did nothing. But we have a problem in that we have so much ivy around the backyard that like bugs get in there. Especially like there's a roving band of wasps that I'm gonna fucking kill eventually. But
Roving?
every summer they move, and I think I've killed them, and they were back again. And they were buzzing around. I splashed one down. I actually got a splash on a wasp and got it to go to hit the ground. I stepped on him. And Ashley pointed out, she said, what would it be like to be that small and like attack something our size and do that? And I said, well, that's basically what we do with Godzilla.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like we were talking about like Godzilla, like Wasp has a stinger and I would sing it. But then it struck me as funny because people are scared shitless of bugs. So what if Godzilla was like exactly like a person and when it saw humans, it was like, it did this number like.
It's like knocking down buildings. Get off!
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Godzilla's like an aerosol can. He like shakes and sprays all the people walking around.
That's what his breath weapon is. It's like,
He's got like powder he like pours on top of like main
Yeah, he finally
buildings and
smashes
stuff.
a human and then looks at it. He's just like,
It's like looking at the bottom of his foot. Like,
Or like the fucking tank, the tank rolls up and Godzilla takes and puts a cup over it.
he's like, I'll deal with that later.
then he goes to sleep and the cup's just moving around.
Or he's like,
puts a book on top of it.
there's a
the cup
wet
up
spot on
and
my
the tank is
There's a
gone.
wet spot on my floor every morning when I wake up. Right there. I think it's those damn humans. I saw them in the carpet.
I would pay great money if that was the first scene in the new Godzilla. He comes out of the ocean and a fucking jet flies by him and he goes, where is it?
Or the jet's like a stupid wasp and just like flies into you. It's like it doesn't know.
He goes up to other giant monsters. Is it on me? Is it on me? Where'd it go?
Flies into his ear. And he's like,
Would you? How weird that would you be if bugs were tiny humans and you could crush them and like they would have like all of the human guts, so it'd be like a perfect human.
Oh,
and you'd
that'd be
crush 'em,
horrible.
but it would just be a really tiny like load of intestines and goop. Would you ever be able to crush one?
You have to yell at you and shit. That'd be terrible. No, I couldn't. I couldn't be
Well,
able to
that's
do
seen
it.
in Mars Attacks.
I
where
do
he
the thing where I
steps
catch
on
them on
the-
a newspaper and put them outside. That's what I would do with the tiny little humans. If you had a little mound of them in your backyard, like an ant mound with all those humans, they were fucking yelling.
it's like a condo in your backyard, like a mountain condo.
Honestly, though, humans would be the worst pest to have.
Especially small ones.
Oh, they would be bitching about everything. Yeah. They'd be like,
You're trying to steal all your food.
they'd have their own like social media. They'll be tweeting about what an asshole you are.
That's really funny. Oh, man.
Have you ever tried to make bugs fight?
No.
I used to microwave
Is
mosquitoes.
that legal?
Yeah, I used to like get a bunch of ants and then bung a spider in there, see what happened.
No,
my
Jack,
God.
it's illegal. The police show up if you rig an ant versus spider fight. It's got to be at least 8 ants to the
I was
spider.
going like dog
Isn't that what
fights
happened
are
to Michael
clearly
Vick?
legal. Cockfighting is legal. Why is it okay if pests fight each other?
Because no one likes pests.
Like vermin fights.
They're called pests.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. Like, when does it get too small where nobody cares?
And is it a
anymore?
size thing?
Yeah, well, there's like for example, I just learned about something called a hummingbird moth. It's a bug, but it looks like a hummingbird, and it's like this big. I mean, it's like fat, and it's like that looks like a bird. Like I could never squash that.
Is it the American version of Mothra? All fat?
it's big.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You would never squash a bird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a bird's off limits.
Yeah,
but a
so-
moth, you could squash.
Yeah, a moth are you like bad at it. Like this, I wouldn't touch because like I feel like that thing is too big for me to mess with.
But
Like,
there are
it's-
lots of moths that are bigger than birds.
So it's weird though. It's like
I watched a bird die on TV once.
You want to talk
Gus, you
about
want
it?
to do the?
Do you want to talk about it?
What does that even mean?
No, I was just thinking about terrible things that happen in nature. There was a duck, and it had like 4 ducklings, and then there was this little runt duckling at the back.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Couldn't really keep up, so like they would all swim along, and then the little runt would be like, "Wait for me," and it wouldn't be able to keep up. And they kept having to wait. In the end, the daddy duck just swam around, pecked it to death, and they carried on. It was just floating.
Wow.
You saw this on TV?
Yeah, it was like on I don't know, David Attenborough or something.
Harsh.
It was really harsh. I was really sad. It was just floating.
He's
head
probably
down.
got to do that to make sure all the other ones live, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Just nip it in the bud.
Man, we've got 5 birds on my back porch right now. Like I've been watching this nest. Is
that really funny?
It's okay. It's like a nest and it had 5 eggs in it. It's like, Katie and I have been watching this thing. It's like, I'm terrified that we're going to look up and there's only going to be 4 birds. Like what happened to the other one? Sure enough, all 5 birds hatched and like they're now getting big to the point where they barely can fit anymore. Now we're terrified we're going to walk outside and one's going to be on the ground because they just can't fit in together.
Why don't you build a safety net? Like get like a table tennis
I was
net
thinking
and
about
rig
doing
it
that.
up under it.
I was thinking of taking like an umbrella and turning it upside down or something. So like if they do fall, they only fall like a foot as opposed to, from
But
the
if
top
you
of
make
the
a
porch to
table
the
tennis
bottom.
set, you can make it really taut. So if they hit it, they just bounce right back into the nest. Like, oh, problem solved.
Boing.
They can help teach them how to fly. They fucking hit it and take off.
Dude, nothing is cuter than baby birds, though. Man, that is
Baby birds
awesome.
are
Baby birds are
gross.
ugly.
They're disgusting.
Baby birds
cute.
are so
They
gross.
So cute.
look disgusting. Their noises are gross. Like,
Like every little animal is cute, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But I guess we're all supposed to identify that we like them and that hopefully their cuteness is their defense. Baby birds, the one exception. They're fucking disgusting.
so
You seen a
cute.
baby owl?
What?
You seen a baby owl?
No, I can't imagine. You ever seen an owl without its feathers?
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Gross.
In fact, I don't know if you saw. I think Dustin saved a baby bird outside of our studio earlier today. I have no idea where the hell it is.
Oh man. But anyway, yeah. So now, like, we're selling our house too, which is a whole other thing I'll get into later. But it's like I don't want to take down the nest, but I need to like paint the pole they're on, and like they're
Paint the nest.
I'm not gonna paint the
got
nest
spray
with
paint.
birds in it. No, I don't do that. I don't want to get all the fumes up there. Like that's terrible.
It might be an evolutionary advantage.
just used to paint. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Here, let me read this.
All right.
I want to remind everyone this episode of the Received Podcast is brought to you by ProFlowers. I'm sure you got in trouble as a kid, whether it's putting a cat in the freezer, coloring the couch, drawing on walls, blaming someone else for it. You can laugh about it now, but I'm sure your mom is still pissed off about it. So thank her for putting up with your shenanigans with a beautiful 100 blooms bouquet plus a free glass vase from proflowers.com for just $19.99. You can upgrade to 100 blooms with a pink vase and chocolates for just $9.99 more. Use code TEETH to get this special price on your Mother's Day order. Order now while supplies last. ProFlowers are guaranteed to last a full week or your money back. The freshly picked bouquets, perfect for Mother's Day. Ordering is easy. Pick your delivery date and it's guaranteed. The only way to get this deal is to go to proflowers.com, click on the blue microphone in the top right corner, and type code TEETH. It's proflowers.com, click the blue microphone and type TEETH. This deal expires Friday at midnight, so make sure you get your order in today. Mother's Day is this weekend. Do not forget. Pause the podcast, please, and just order the flowers.
Be nice to your mother.
Be nice
for
to
God's
my
sake.
Someday,
My
right?
mom put up with a lot of shit that I did.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Mom.
Well, the least you can do is get her 100 blooms bouquet
Get her some flowers, please.
from proflowers.com.
Yeah, I was really bad at procrastinating about stuff when I was a kid. Like, you get science projects as a kid. It's like you got 4 weeks to put this together. I had the Gavin Free mentality.
Yep.
Like the day before it's due, I'm like, oh shit, I better get started on that. Like, hey mom, can you buy like this huge list of supplies? Like, I lived in a small town. I was like, where am I going to get all this stuff? Like, I don't know. I got a project due tomorrow. That was like the thing I did that I always got in trouble for.
Nice.
as a
Yeah, I
kid.
used to do that with food tech, where you had to cook something at school and bring in all the ingredients day before.
Gotta bring in the ingredients for that, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think we had to do that. I think they had all that stuff ready. But I was the same way. I was like, the number of projects that my mother went out. It's like if my kids did that to me today, I would choke them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, going out at the last minute. But I would still do it anyway. It's weird, man. It's really weird.
Yeah, you do it. You'd be mad. I know my mom was mad.
They wouldn't buy me any flowers, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So I sent a great image to Patrick, which we'll see if he can get up here in a second.
Yeah.
But it was in our, what's that?
They're talking to each other.
Oh, I got it.
So this is kind of a weird thing now. Oh, is this?
So somebody sent us Godzilla slimming down. He's eating Nature Box. that was appropriate. They thought your ad read coming up.
In time for summer.
Yeah. So he's slimming down.
That's really
Lift
funny.
some weights, fit for RTX.
When that Godzilla movie comes out at the end of this month, I think it's like end of May.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I want to see Neighbors because we did some stuff for South by
They're
Southwest.
promoting the hell out of that
They
movie.
are.
The commercials all look really funny for it.
It looks pretty fucking funny. I gotta say.
I can't imagine. I've
Rogen.
never in my life said I want to see that Zac Efron movie.
Yeah, but it's different. It's a Seth Rogen movie, and they just put Zac Efron in it. He seems perfect for that role too because
Yeah,
he plays a frat guy.
Absolutely.
We said,
Yeah.
but there's something else coming out that I really want to see. I can't remember what the fuck it is now.
The X-Men movie's coming out.
They just named the Hobbit movie. Is now
Yeah.
called The Battle of Five Armies. They just went with the most obvious name, basically.
Adam Sandler movie?
What's that?
Is that the one
Blended?
you're looking forward to?
No. Which one?
No.
Is it? Which
I'm
one?
just trying to think of movies that come out.
It's a movie with Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore. They are dating, then they break up, and then they each independently decide to go on a holiday to an exotic location, and they both end up like somewhere in Africa with their families, and they bump into each other.
Who was it? It's
I
forgetting
hate
Sarah
you
Marshall.
for telling me the story.
Who was it that was
right.
telling me about how you were talking about 51st dates? And
Those guts.
And then someone wrote it as 51st, as
Yeah,
in
someone's
51ST.
51ST. They love 51st dates. I was like
51st dates. Yeah.
51ST.
You can't
Yeah.
even say it because like the mistake is so pure
Yeah.
that you can't even say it.
So what are the big tentpole movies this summer? Like you can
Guardians of
Cap-
the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. That's in August.
there's
Captain
a-
America already
looks
came
great.
out.
The Sin City sequel comes out this
What do you
summer.
call it? A tentpole?
It's a big movie, I think.
I guess so.
Local Austin director.
Yeah, it was probably filmed 200 feet over
Right
that
over
way.
there. God, I just looked earlier today. There was another one I was thinking about
This is the X-Men movie.
because I'm not looking forward to Guardians
Days
of the
of Future
Galaxy.
Past, Godzilla.
I was just
What's that
looking at this
weird Johnny Depp movie?
Transcendence. It's already out.
So that's out already?
Yeah.
That one went way under the radar for me. I haven't heard anything about that.
So did the 300 sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one, like, a lot of stuff is like, it's all different. Gus is upset because Gavin's bouncing his leg.
Please stop.
Been doing it
I don't know what.
Been doing it for over 100 podcasts.
The 51st date thing, that error, remind me of something that's like, I don't know why, but like when a mistake is like a lot of people make it, but then it becomes like the mistake becomes more common than the actual proper use of the word. Like years ago, we talked about defiantly on Twitter. If you look up the word defiantly, it's 100% of the time it's used incorrectly.
Right.
Yeah.
People are trying to spell definitely, misspelling it, and then ending up with the word defiantly and exited instead of excited. The new one
Quiet
is
and quiet also you get mixed up too.
Gavin, you are the youngest person here. I want you to spell for me the word whoa. Just spell the word whoa. Like you're on a horse, you want it to stop, or you're like in a conversation, you go, whoa.
WHOA.
Somehow along the way, people started spelling whoa as WOAH.
Whoa.
Incorrect.
It is completely incorrect, and people spell like there it is, and it's like it bugs the shit out of me. It really bugs the shit out of me.
Whoa, that guy misspelled whoa. Whoa.
Anyway, it's funny because when you look it up, online, like whoa, it's like misspellings of whoa. It's
But
like
whoa isn't really a real word.
it totally is a
more
real
of a
word.
noise.
That word's been around for centuries. Whoa.
Ow is a noise.
Is it a word?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
you play that in
whoa is an
Scrabble.
interesting word because it's a command for stop, but it's not a verb. Like I woed that, or something
Yeah.
like that. It's an actual direct command telling you to stop. So it's a pretty unique word. But
Does it mean stop?
It's a word that's been around forever. Like we tell a horse,
Whoa.
whoa.
The origin is 1615 to 1625. Dialectal variant of ho.
Of ho?
H-O.
Whatever.
All
Sure.
these
Wayward
bitches and all
hoe.
these woes.
Okay, that added nothing to the discussion at all. Although there's something really cool, which is now when you look stuff up on Google,
I got woes in
it
different
gives
area
you
codes.
the etymological breakdown of the word. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a new thing they've added.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what you're looking at? The little chart that breaks it down? That's fucking badass. So if you want to know like where a word came from, just look up a word and like Google when you looked up like how many ounces are in a cup, it'll go, I'm just gonna tell you it instead of giving you a page
Yeah,
that tells you. Now when you try to look up a word, it gives you like the same breakout. Google gives you like the etymology of the word and where it came from.
Same with
Fucking love
currency. It just does it right there. And it even shows you a graph of like the up and downs of the currency.
it. How happy you're about to buy a house.
Yeah. I'm gonna,
You're in the market
I
for a
didn't
house.
think I could buy one because I'm not properly here, am I?
You got money, don't
You
you?
are
working.
properly here. I just want to put that out there. You are in the country legally and properly.
You just mean you're not
like,
a citizen.
I have a work visa. I'm not a resident of this country, but I can buy a house for some
I would
reason.
argue that you are a resident because you live here, but you're not a citizen, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not a resident.
Is that officially a
permanent
resident?
I'm a resident of the UK working in the US.
Okay.
You don't have like a resident alien
Gavin,
card.
let me tell you something. People that live outside the US buy stuff in the US all the fucking
I think it's
time.
funny. What I might try and do is get a bunch of my British friends just to buy the land around me, and we'll just slowly take the country back.
That's an awesome idea. Yeah, I
Still
love
be
it.
paying taxes to America though. So
Yeah. But everyone will all of a sudden be like, why is everyone speaking all British over there?
Speaking British.
It'd be awesome if you had like instead of like a little Tokyo or a little Italy, you got like
Yeah.
little London,
Little Britain.
little Britain.
Great TV show that was.
get a fish and chip shop over
was
there. It'd
okay.
be great.
That was
Little
not.
pub.
That was not a great one.
Little Britain.
That was not a great one.
You know there is a Little Britain island, isn't there? There's Great
tell
Britain
me.
and then Little Britain.
Hey, what's your deal with that Argentinian island that you guys go ape shit over? Like, you guys have given up all your colonies, basically. Like, you're just like, fuck it, take that one back. Here's Hong Kong. That expired, and you gave that back. But the island, the Falkland Islands down in Argentina, you guys fight over that fucking thing all the time.
Same with the Rock of Gibraltar. We won't give that back to the Spanish.
And you're like, fuck it, where's ours?
It's a great tactical location.
In case you go to war with Spain. That'd be awesome.
I think it's like a choke point for the Mediterranean, right? For anything
Yeah, I guess
coming
so.
in and
Yeah.
out of the Mediterranean.
It's
Choke point for what, though?
Ships.
Okay,
It's a bizarre
what
place,
century
too.
is this? I mean, like,
what?
that
You think people don't
Iraq-
use ships anymore?
Yeah, but I think the way you block that is you don't need the fucking rock. You just get a massive battleship and park it. That's gonna be way better than what are you gonna do? Roll cannons up to the top of Gibraltar? Put a
Yeah.
catapult up there?
You can't sink a rock.
You can't sink a rock. But what the fuck are they gonna do up there? We have ballistic missiles that can go across 3 continents and hit shit. What are they worried about a
You
rock?
dig into the rock. You bury yourself in the rock.
Give the
Then
fucking rock
you get
back.
buried by the rock when
just
the
being
rock
dicks.
gets hit it.
That's
No, no,
tradition.
I'm with you. Keep
What
that
are you going
rock.
to put on the rock that's going to give you a tactical advantage?
It's just a port. It's useful.
I'm asking how. I'm asking you. When people have drones and ICBMs,
You fucking shoot him down. You put a big gun on top of that rock.
this is it. Tell me this big gun. What are you putting
They
up
have
there?
guns that shoot down missiles.
I guess you can put a battery of missiles up there.
Right, but missiles
Put it on
and
a fucking
guns to
ship.
shoot missiles
Park
down.
the fucking ship out there.
Why is it with you in this giant ship that we're
Ship
supposed
with
to
the
be?
rock.
Where's
It's
the
like
ship?
rock, paper, scissors. Rock beats boat. Come on, man.
You can sink. You ever sink a boat with a rock? It's the same concept.
Do you read that they figured out rock paper scissors,
What does that mean?
They figured it
They,
out.
They figured out rock, paper, scissors.
like how to win?
Thank God we have that fucking mystery solved.
Like how to win all the time. People who win repeat, and people who lose do a different one. So by using that, you can always win.
Let's try it. You use your strategy. I use my strategy. Once they publish a strategy for those kind of games, though, doesn't it immediately become void?
Well, like how you can always win noughts and crosses.
What is noughts and crosses? X's and
Tic-tac-toe.
O's? Okay. Well, I said X's and O's, which is not even a game that anybody plays.
Why is it called tic-tac-toe?
I don't know.
We don't know.
That's what we were taught.
There's only two of them. There's tick and tack.
But you get 3 across. Tic tac toe. Line.
Fair play.
I don't think that is fair play.
Did you see the Jeremy Clarkson thing that's gone down?
Who's Jerry
Yeah.
McClarkson?
I said Jeremy. What? I'm speaking normally. You keep trying to catch me in some mispronunciation. Jeremy Clarkson.
You did say the 1990s wrong earlier,
What?
in his defense.
I did not. You just can't fucking hear over there.
What?
You're far away.
What?
Exactly. Pinata.
Jeremy Clarkson is once again under fire for a racial slur. Happens to him quite a lot.
Does it?
Wait, does it?
Yeah, he's been reprimanded.
He's
in
the
the
guy
past.
that hosts Top Gear.
Yeah,
Still hosts Top Gear.
Yeah.
he's like the most valuable thing to the BBC.
Is it true?
More valuable than the Queen?
What's the Queen got to do with the BBC?
I figure
She runs the
important.
country.
What
I
about
She's
imagine.
on the money.
What about Doctor Who? I think that's got to be up there.
Yeah.
What is his more popular show globally? Top Gear or Doctor Who?
Top
Top
Gear,
Gear.
by a mile?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a. I
It's
saw
one of the most popular shows in the world.
I've started watching Doctor Who. It's okay.
Can I say I've
People
never
lose
seen
their
I've
minds
never
for
seen
that
an
show.
Budget's not
episode
big
of Top
enough.
Gear.
It looks
No.
cheap.
Really?
You never
Top
seen
Gear
what?
Top Gear looks completely staged to me. Like I've seen clips from it and they all look staged.
It is staged. It's an entertainment show.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like but it's not presented like a staged show.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
You just
Not
suspend
intentionally,
disbelief.
but-
Just
But
watch
I
it.
totally see when they do it. Like it just seems like gags that they wrote and then went out and shot as though they really happened. That's the way that's my experience with Top Gear.
Yeah,
I know.
a lot-
I understand people really like the show.
A lot of it is planned, but it's funny still.
There you go.
I mean, maybe not still. I haven't
God,
watched it in like 5 years.
The Reliant Robin episode. Did you see that? That's the little the trike car where it has
Three-wheel
one,
car?
Yeah, it's a 3-wheel car. It's a small little wheel in the front and 2 normal wheels in the back.
Right.
It's 7 minutes of the funniest TV I've ever seen in
And
my
him
life.
just falling over.
Yeah, it is.
I love the one where he's got the helmet car too, where he's like he gets into it, not like he's like he's putting on a scuba suit almost. And
Yeah.
that one, he's like,
Yeah.
and it's going like a mile an hour.
Well, he also didn't he? Was it Clarkson who got in the Mini and flipped it? Like they went into an actual pipe, and he went back and forth and actually rolled it inside the
Oh,
pipe.
I didn't see that
And actually
one.
landed and kept going.
They do a surprising
Wow.
amount of stunts themselves.
Yeah, it's pretty
yeah,
cool.
well, that 3-wheel car you're talking about, he kept rolling it onto his side
Yeah.
on his shoulder, and then he'd open his door to like set it right back up.
There's just a shot of him. It's in the car, and all that's going past the window is the ground.
Because he's an old dude too.
Yeah, he's 50s, 60s.
But he was
50s.
choosing between cars, and he was doing the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo nursery rhyme, and the classic version of that, they use the N word, whereas in America we always learned to just catch a tiger by its
Yeah.
toe.
I heard Tigger.
No, tiger. You say Tigger?
In England, that's what we used to say on the playground. That
Tiger. It's just a
I've always heard tiger.
tiger. Little
Yeah, tiger.
modification. You pronounce them as tigers, right? I mean, the actual animal.
yeah.
Okay.
We're talking Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh makes totally makes sense. But anyway, and he didn't. But I watched the clip. He didn't fucking say it. He didn't say it.
Hey, by his own admission, he said he heard it.
He what?
He said he rewatched
He
the
said
clip and heard
he
it.
said it sounded like he'd said it because the mumble was too close to. I guess he didn't mumble hard enough.
He didn't like. Yeah. But that's crazy to me.
Didn't mumble hard enough.
The BBC always very publicly yell at him, and it's like last chance, Clarkson. But they need him so much that they'll never get rid of him. He's untouchable.
Yeah. I just didn't think it was all. I didn't think it was worthy of all that level of hubbub. Are you up on all the like recent scandals on the internet?
Not on all of them. There's so many.
Like the black milk one? Do you know black
Yeah,
milk?
what's going on with that? I've seen
I
people
did
freaking
see
out
that.
about it. I have no idea what
They
that
made
is.
like an anti-female or anti-nerd female picture, and
was-
it really upset people. And then they had a social media response that was like
over
just stoking the fires.
Yeah,
People-
also
Don't
it's like
buy our
that
leggings.
image that they made like goes against like what they list as like their core principles as a company. Which was like, don't make fun of other people and, be excellent to other people when they're trying stuff, and
yeah.
it was just bullshit. And they started deleting posts of people who were disagreeing with them.
That never works.
Yeah, it was bad.
Man, the internet has gotten so sensitive lately. I don't know what it is, but like the past year and a half, 2 years, the internet has really gotten touchy.
I went through a period when I was in college, and it was in the early mid '90s, the PC era, when everything was like political correctness was an actual movement. It wasn't like people say, "Oh, you're so PC," and now it sounds like a negative thing. There was actually a point in time where people tried to be more PC, like it was actively pushed on people. It was part of the curriculum to be more politically correct, and yeah, it was crazy. This reminds me that where we are now reminds me a lot of that period where like basically all discourse is slowly becoming off limits. Like we're literally telling people they can't say things that those things cannot be said. But I think it's just social media.
Yeah.
I think people, especially like when somebody goes after a company and the company responds in social media completely and totally inappropriately.
You'll see stuff too, like on Tumblr especially. You see people like everyone has to have a label. And that's one thing that drives me crazy. Like if, like being, I would be a cis heterosexual, like
What's
self-determined male. A cis is basically if you are if you're a man who likes women and you represent yourself as a man. I think I'm probably wrong on that. I'm
Does
sure.
cis stand for something?
I don't know. It's CIS, but then like people use that as like a slur. It's weird, but it's like everyone seems like they need to have a label, and it's like I thought the whole idea was we don't label people, like everyone is just a human.
Well, I always hear that about Tumblr, but I never really go on Tumblr, so I can't really talk about it.
There's some strange stuff on there.
CIS, you said?
Yeah.
What does CIS mean?
I avoid Tumblr like the plague. I'm not interested in any of that.
There's
Or,
some-
I'm not interested in anything that anyone has to say.
There's
on
some
Tumblr.
amazing art on there. I'll give them that much. Like we got some great art.
If cis is denoting or relating to a molecular structure,
That's
in which
probably not
two
it.
particular atoms or groups lie on the same side.
No,
Maybe that's not what you meant.
That's not it. No, but yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like I just don't get it. I don't understand what the need to label, yourself so specifically.
It's very old-fashioned to label people. Like at this point, it's just like do whatever, like who you want to like, do it. Everything's all right.
Yeah,
Just don't like kids.
yeah. Don't like kids. Don't
Don't
hate
like
each other.
kids or people who aren't alive anymore.
Yeah, I mean, my lifetime, I think tolerance is like at an all-time high across everything. Like, I mean, like the Clippers coach, the owner coming out and saying
Sterling.
that stuff. That seems like a alien landed on this planet and just started talking because it's like it's been so
Or
long.
someone stepped out of a time machine from
Yeah.
fucking like 40 or 50 years ago. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's like I just haven't heard anybody talking like that. And that was the other thing. We'll probably talk about the patch, but there was a guy at 2K, PR guy or community guy who got fired because he started tweeting like pro Sterling tweets.
Well, I don't know
Like-
if it was pro Sterling, but it was pro like freedom of speech tweets.
No,
Well, it was
Or,
defending
I
Sterling.
don't know exactly. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the patch.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
think
a tap.
it's a video game.
And he was fired by 2K, or by Turtle Rock.
on a lighter note, we were talking about all this. For some reason,
Lighter note, racist.
it made me think about this story I saw earlier today. I guess that LAPD wanted to celebrate May the 4th. So the LAPD Twitter account tweeted this picture of officers detaining someone and they like replaced the guns and handcuffs with lightsabers.
Is that a real photo?
That
Did
is
they
a
document?
real photo that the LAPD took because it was created by a group critical of the LAPD.
Can we also point out that the woman on the ground has a green lightsaber, which denotes her as like the good, and the LAPD is holding a red lightsaber?
That's awesome. Yeah,
which
you're
marks
right.
them as the Sith and bad.
So this is a photo, like an archive photo of them actually arresting a real person, and then them turning it into a joke by photoshopping lightsabers into
Right.
it? So
No,
it's
they
not a
didn't even
stage-
create it.
It's
was
not
a-
a stage photo.
No. This is a real arrest photo. It was created by a group critical of LAPD for being too
Aggressive.
Too aggressive.
Yeah.
So in fact, I'm pulling up the actual picture right here. I'll see if I can make it any bigger. This is the actual photo. I don't know if we can
is he
cut
holding
to
a
it.
gun on that woman, or
Yeah.
is that a taser?
That's a gun.
It's a gun.
Holy
God
crap.
damn.
This is a terrifying
It makes
country.
me think of, I don't know if you heard recently, NYPD had a bit of a scandal on their, well, I don't know if it's a scandal, they had a social media mishap where they encouraged people to tweet pictures of their interactions with NYPD and use the hashtag
They did not.
my NYPD. So
Oops.
all that happened was that hashtag became just like a bunch of photos of police brutality and of police overreacting. It was like
Jesus.
they had encouraged people to do this. Of course, that's what people are going to tweet. It's just a fucking nightmare to try to manage.
Everyone is letting us know, by the way, that cis means your gender matches your sexual preference.
Okay, yeah.
Essentially. I think I'm saying that correctly. Means your gender identification is the same as your physical gender.
That's it.
How much does it cost these days to switch gender?
I don't know, it's a good question.
Sex. I honestly don't know the difference between sex and gender at this point. There's a whole
Sex
argument
and
about that,
gender.
I think. Switch.
I
Whatever.
think is sex your literal what you are?
I think
and
it's
then
not about
where's-
switching gender because it's transgender, guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think sex is your sexual
And
preference.
is transsexual a dated term now or something?
I think so. Oh. Let's keep going with the topic. We don't know anything about.
Someone just
and
quoted
talk
me.
out of our ass.
Someone just quoted me as saying that Bernie has declared that intolerance is over. I don't misquote me. And
You're saying tolerance is better.
is saying that everything. It's just crazy. It's like watching someone misquote me and getting it absolutely 100% correct. You're a fucking idiot. But thanks for fucking trying.
Tolerance clearly does not fully exist. It's getting
damn.
better. Things
Yeah.
are getting better. From 50 years ago to now, things are light years better. Still not solved.
Still not solved. Still not solved. But like I'm saying, this guy, like this rant from this guy from the Clippers was just like, I mean, everybody had a reaction to him that was just like, you're fucking lunatic. But I also had a problem with the rant that like everyone held up Snoop Dogg as being great. Snoop Dogg was as racist in like 5 seconds as this guy was, you know?
What did he say?
He's calling him white bread and all this stuff and everything. And it was just like, it's just like, great. It's like, let's racism with more racism.
There's been a lot of amazing stuff going, like a lot of amazing just racist stuff going out there. It was like, wow, what do we still live in this year? Like, Daily Show has been spot on like the last couple weeks.
I've been watching a lot more Daily Show lately. I've noticed
Dude,
that
like
too, yeah.
Jon Stewart went after Cliven Bundy in in Hannity.
Oh, God,
he's
yeah.
the guy who was basically letting his cows graze for free and just, not paying his taxes, and did it for 20 years, and then he was held up as like this American patriot, and
He's held up as an American patriot despite the fact he didn't recognize the authority or the existence of the United States of America.
And there's photos of him holding an American
I know,
flag.
holding
and it's
flag.
It's just one of those things. It's so dumb. But anyway, Daily Show has been on top of it, and I highly recommend you check out last week's stuff. It's all on Hulu, so yeah, or at least it's probably.
What does it
also on
like when
Hulu.
you have like the Westboro Baptist Church? Obviously, you see that, you read about it in the news. Here's people that are obviously anti-gay, anti-gay marriage, pretty much anti-everything that's not literally in the Bible. When you see those people, I mean, we immediately identify them as completely fringe people, right? Like, is there anybody? Like, I was really happy when Fred Phelps died that everyone kind of had this, not everybody, but there was this groundswell of like, don't return it. You know what I mean? Don't go protest the funeral.
Don't pick it up.
Just I'm sorry for your loss was a big thing that was said. I'm sorry for your loss to the Phelps family, for this guy who ran this church that just basically terrorized people forever. I mean, but that's the price of free speech, is that you're going to get some people who abuse it.
People are going to say, when you can say what you want, you're going to have to hear shit you don't want to hear.
Like in the UK, the Westboro Baptist Church, they would go to jail for hate speech. Is that correct?
They were barred from Europe, weren't they?
You can't be openly racist.
Or what happens? I'm curious what happens, like if you're openly racist.
It's a crime. You just get arrested.
Yeah. You get arrested. So could you potentially go to prison for that?
I think so. Hate crimes and all that. Yeah.
For being like hate crime, and speech would qualify as a hate crime.
I think it would. I'm not 100% sure.
So you're saying Jeremy Clarkson technically could go to jail for what he did?
I don't know.
Our UK legal expert, Gavin Free.
I doubt that.
Did you see that video that came out a couple of weeks ago where I think it was in the UK, the guy makes the sandwich board and it says "fuck the poor."
God.
And he's like walking around the street going "fuck the poor." Fuck the poor, like passing out
Oh, I've seen this ad. It's great.
flyers. We were like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like yelling at him and like really getting in his face. He's like, no, just fuck him. And then it's like half the video is that. Then the second half of the video is he just replaces it with help the poor. And everyone just fucking ignores him.
And just walks around.
And just walks around him like he's in the way. And it's
That's
like,
funny.
What a difference it makes.
Won't make eye contact with them. Yeah. And the point is like, it's like, it's still the same topic, but people embrace the controversy of it. But when there's actually something they can do to actually affect change, they don't do it.
They avoid it. They like walk around it and try to avoid it altogether.
Yeah. It's, I think it's something we all struggle with on a daily basis. Like I know you don't drive in the UK, but in the UK, do you have like homeless, like at the corners or like at the street corners, like panhandling to cars like they do in the US?
Less at cars, more just sat in the pavement, like where people walk.
Yeah.
And like sat in the underground with a dog and stuff.
Sat in the underground like a dog and busking and whatnot, and all that, Mm-hmm.
Buskers I'm okay with.
I told him too.
More so than anything else. Like people who are, playing music and stuff. Like there used to be a guy.
Seems like Australia has the best culture for that to me.
Yeah,
As long as people don't try to clean my fucking windows.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
I don't consider that busking though. Dude.
No, but
Yeah.
like there was a guy when we worked downtown, where our office was on, downtown. There was a guy who plays saxophone, and he would sit there and play saxophone like in the morning and in the afternoon. It was like it's pretty damn cool to hear a saxophone while you're walking around through the street.
Totally
like,
agree.
sure, I'll drop $1 in that guy's jar. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, the people like on street corners, like there was actually just around the corner over here. It was a family. It was a man and a woman and 3 kids. And it's like the woman like had her, she was like praying for you, like please, like we're starving. And it's like you make me feel like an asshole. Like I'm sorry, that sucks.
Well, they could definitely be in trouble. I saw a pregnant lady on the corner the other day. I felt like stopping my car and getting out and helping her. That was like a situation I had like a guttural reaction to that.
Would you give money to a homeless person who
Yes.
had one of those square things for a phone?
What does that mean?
So
a
you could pay
Square
with
credit
card.
That might be a little off-putting that if they took my credit card.
Wasn't there an initiative?
They're gonna have to do it that way.
Wasn't there an initiative in San Francisco a couple years ago about trying to get credit card readers for homeless people?
Really?
Was there really?
I think so. I think
makes
that was
sense,
a deal
'cause
like 3 or 4 years ago.
I never give money to homeless people because I never have any cash. I've only ever got like change that's.
Yeah.
And I feel bad just giving like 25 cents or whatever.
Oh.
So you talked about seeing that homeless woman who was pregnant, Bernie. When I lived in Puerto Rico, I saw a pregnant homeless woman who looked like she was pregnant for about 1.5 years, and I don't think she was pregnant. I
one of the most
think she had some kind of tumor or something.
One of the most amazing things to me. You ever heard of a sympathetic pregnancy?
What's that?
I think
So
that's
where
the word for it.
the guy gets fat?
I think when I said that, that's what it sounds like. But
Yeah.
there's women who have convinced themselves they're pregnant, so their body emulates pregnancy. And then when they're diagnosed that you're actually pregnant, they can actually see them like deflate essentially. Yeah,
Whoa.
it's like a psychosomatic pregnancy. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm always amazed at what the brain can do to the body. Like someone who's constantly stressed, they age and they, die.
Yeah,
Of
like look
heart
at any
attacks and stuff.
president in the last 30
Yeah.
years or so. They aged like Obama's aged about 50 years in
it's
the past
only-
8 or 6.
It's only mental.
yeah, it's not
I
sympathetic
wonder-
pregnancy. That's with a partner. I'm
What if
gonna
there's a way-
find this thing.
Is there a way you can stop aging by just never caring about
Well, that's
anything?
like the monks that like can do stuff that should be incredibly painful, and they just kind of focus and meditate and get it out of their heads, and can stand on spikes and stand in one spot for days at a time.
Have you ever meditated?
I've not. Well, not in the sort of like go and that type of stuff. But I mean, like I went on a guys' weekend a few months ago where we went down to the coast. And one day I just sat like on a bench just looking out at the ocean for like an hour and just didn't get on my phone, just kind of stared at nothing. And it was like pretty peaceful.
Yeah. It's
Kinda
like a brain reset.
Yeah, kind of clear your head out. It's like, just, have a beer, sitting there, just kind of staring out at nothing, like not fishing or anything. It's good. It's good to kind of like, refresh yourself. Just relax.
What
come up
it's
with
called,
any ideas?
hysterical pregnancy or pseudo pregnancy.
Hysterical. The thing I was thinking about, or I was talking about, where I guess they never actually gave credit card terminals to homeless people. It was a proposal made during mayoral administration in the late 90s in San Francisco, where they talked about equipping homeless people with credit card terminals. And 80% of the money you gave went to homeless aid, and 20% of it went to the individual person.
Well,
who had
I'm
the terminal.
they
better with
end up-
that.
They end up collecting for
Yeah, but
homeless
what
in general.
now? See that I worry about the 80% because I'm like maybe I'm getting cynical, but that's an organization of people that are dedicated to helping the homeless. So where does that money actually go?
It would end up as credit card readers in the hands of homeless people. wouldn't it?
Actually giving money to a homeless person is actually like one of the truest like acts of charity and a transaction that you can have. Where it's like I give you $10, feel like cynical people we like to spend on this or that. It's like. Yeah, but in the same sense, it's like it's actually going to that person to help them. Whether it's through the day or something like that. But it's like we hear about like the Goodwill CEO making like $750,000 a year. That's like that doesn't
If
sit
you
well
give
with
it
me.
to an organization that helps the homeless, could they then provide programs that then can help these people no longer be homeless and
Sure,
help
they
transition them?
could.
Like, isn't that a better way to help them instead of putting money directly in their hand?
No, they definitely could, but they don't like. Then you always hear about like that. Like the best example I think is the Bono one. It's Red.
Project Red, yeah.
Yeah.
Which doesn't do anything apart from just spread awareness.
Yeah, they don't actually nothing goes to benefit anybody with HIV or prevention of HIV. It just raises awareness of
I've
the
never
issue.
read that anywhere. I've just heard it from other people. It just sounds wrong. It sounds too incorrect to be true.
I've read it.
You have?
Yeah. I'm sure he'll look it up and he'll find a source, but yeah, I've definitely
Bono
seen
seems like a douche.
same
Like
thing.
he seems like he could be that guy.
That's our new shirt.
Bono seems like
Bono
a douche.
seems like a douche.
The Edge though, the Edge is cool.
I
as
bet that would
shit.
be our best-selling shirt ever.
I would party with the Edge.
They live next to each other.
Do they?
Yeah, I did a YouTube music video once.
Oh, yeah?
And we were just driving around.
You could convince them to
Dublin.
be your neighbors
Should-
here in Austin.
There you go. They
The
buy-
first article I found was from the Daily Mail. How about I skip that source? How about I go on to
Daily
anything
Mail
else?
sucks.
There's a fucking gnat in here. I'm like Godzilla over here.
So was Cloverfield like a Godzilla movie?
It was not a proper Godzilla movie, but I mean,
It was
Same
Giant
deal, right?
Monster.
Yeah.
Giant Monster destroys cities.
As much as 2/3 of grants donated to celebrity-supported global fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria have been lost in corruption. So upwards of 2/3 of it is what they're
Yeah.
allegation.
I have given to that red thing, but only because I want a red Apple product.
Oh, is it true?
Just because, like, once I bought an iPad and the red cover looked nicest to me.
Yeah,
that's what
and
happened here.
Let's talk about
Yeah,
talk
like
about
this,
positive
I bought the
things.
red one. I didn't realize it was a Project Red thing. Like I was just in the store and I was like, I need a cover for my iPad Mini. I'll take the red one. I got it. I was like, oh fuck.
And at that point, oh, so you're upset by that?
Yeah.
Because it goes to the organization? So talk about something positive. Like, we know a charity organization where, and I wish they would talk about this more. And I don't know the numbers because I haven't asked them about it in a long time, but Child's Play, the charity that's run by Penny Arcade,
It's supposedly like the lowest operational cost of any charity or
it's
something.
extraordinarily low. I want to say it's in the range of like the operational cost is like every single person that contributes to Child's Play in the company contributes based on their time, except for the one person who's the Child's Play person. That's like the only overhead for that. Last time I asked them about it, which was a few years ago, and I want to say their operating costs were like 2 to 5%.
Yeah, I think
it's even less. It's like I want to say it's like 2 to 4. I'm being conservative in how
I
aggressive
think
they
she
are
did
about
say
it.
it was 4% or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the range I remember.
That's crazy.
As well.
Extraordinarily
Which is-
low of the overhead, and the rest of it just goes all to
And
the
that's
sources.
that's true charity right there.
Yeah.
You're basically just paying for it to exist, and then all the money goes where it needs to go.
That's right. I agree with that. And I understand there's going to be some overhead, but it's always like, to me, that's always the slippery slope.
Yeah,
of,
some of the biggest named ones are the ones that don't necessarily have the best percentage of giving money, like Project Red, the Komen Foundation. I want to say is another one. That's
yeah,
pretty
we heard
bad
about the
it.
Komen Foundation was one. That was one that we took a little bit of heat for because that was one of the people that was potentially going to be a winner for Gauntlet, and a lot of people like came firing at us about that. Like,
Why are they blaming you for that?
you know what? Always when I hear about it, which always drives. No, they're not. They're just saying at least I didn't take it that way. I'm sure they were, but I didn't. I didn't know it was a chance to get educated. I always see the photos of someone going, look, I just cut off all my hair for locks of love.
Yeah.
And it's like they sell the hair, which then also I guess goes to help people who've gone through chemo, but that actually doesn't go to anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
They
It'd be
That-
sell-
funny if it was
that
the
hair
same,
isn't going to a
the same
kid.
with like money, where the CEO would just have tons of hair.
that's a tough way to learn.
There's a throne made out of hair.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a tweet
Theo
a couple weeks
Chewbacca.
ago that was like, what did they say? Something dumb like, you should grow out your hair and your beard for all of the month of May to show support for someone you love with breast cancer.
Is it Movember?
Movember.
This is for May. I was like, what the? There's already a month for that, and I already get pissed off about that. Don't make me fucking do it in May
What
too.
is that Movember thing like? Do people
It's-
get sponsorships
it's
for their mustaches? and
I
whatnot?
guess so. Yeah, something like that. It's like a walkathon type deal where it's just, you grow out your mustache or beard for the whole month.
I like anything for charity where you have to do less than your normal.
Don't shave. But we're doing a charity event. We're doing Operation Supply Drop, their 8-bit salute. That's going to
Yes.
be in 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. So it's not this weekend coming up, but the next weekend,
May 17th?
May 17th or 16th.
Am I doing the
it's,
full-
it's 24 hours.
24 hours?
Just like Extra Life, where it's going to be 8 a.m. till 8 a.m. Saturday to Sunday. And keep an eye on. I'm going to be making journals about it. I'm sure we'll be pushing it to Rooster Teeth on the front page. But same deal. You can go check it out. And we're going to be playing video games and raising money for veterans.
You had a journal about it a couple weeks ago.
I had a journal kind of mentioning it, but I'm gonna definitely do a bigger one, kind of explain a little bit more. Like we have a lot of fans that are veterans, and like we have a lot of people in the military that are fans of Red versus Blue. So this is very special to us, and it's a good charity for us to get behind.
When early on in the Red versus Blue years, when we first started shipping products, some of the most popular states that we shipped to were FPO addresses.
Oh yeah.
It was Iraq and Afghanistan were really high. Like I think like numbers 2 and 3 on the most popular states that we shipped to
wow.
list. So we definitely appreciate it.
And we are going to be the headquarters for the 8-bit salute. So the guys behind Operation Supply Drop are actually going to be here with us on set. and they're actually going to bring in some veterans and some soldiers. They're going to be hanging out with us for a little bit of time. So that'll
Awesome.
be kind
And
of cool.
we'll definitely provide a link to our team in the link dump.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you should sign up and play along. If if you can donate, awesome. If anything, just spread awareness of it, like Bono would.
Don't shave your mustache for the next week.
Yeah, there you go.
You too, ladies.
But yeah, so this is going to be very cool. I'm excited to do that. This is going to be next weekend, another long 24 hours of gaming.
Yay.
So we were actually talking about it. Like I was thinking of playing all the Assassin's Creed games from start to finish, like start at 1 and see how far I can get in 24 hours. But I don't know. I might just do the trilogy, the Ezio trilogy, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelation.
Yeah, I don't know that you could get how far you could really get. I guess if you try to speed run it and just stick to story. And
Well, Gavin even mentioned I was playing Trials before the podcast, and I just playing that for a few hours, and
He is incredible at Trials.
anytime I can beat one of your times,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, even if I know you're gonna go back and
Yeah.
do it better, like it was just your shit run, I'm like, yeah.
pretty much every time you see right now is just my first run through
Yeah.
things to get
Like,
unlock all the
We
tracks.
always say that he's pretty good at Trials. Like, he can beat all of us. But I think he's Ray levels of good. Like, if you compare Ray at Call of Duty, you're the same. It's just like you're just naturally really good.
It's
He
something-
can land on a... What kind of angle is that?
like I don't know, like a 85-degree
Yeah.
angle almost.
And he just teases it. It's like... I can't do that. I just flip over backwards or I just get impatient.
Yeah, it's something about Trials, man. I just get that game. It makes sense to
You're
me.
good at it.
And it's a lot of fun. I'm going through now. I've got golds or platinums and everything up to the very last section.
I can imagine
in Trials Fusion.
you looking at Trials is like when Neo realizes he's the one and he just sees everything as code. He's like, I totally get all this now.
Yeah, you just
It's all the gold medals that stop in front of me and fall. Yeah,
Let me read this in real fast.
Go for
I'm
it.
going to say some more about Trials. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by Sherry's Berries. Send something sweet to that special woman who has always been sweet to you. If you're notorious for forgetting about special occasions, make sure you remember the sweetest day of all, Mother's Day, Sunday, May 11th. Order giant freshly dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries starting at $19.99. It's over 40% savings, or double the berries for just $10 more. Click on the mic in the upper right-hand corner and use promo code TEETH. Get enormous, fresh, juicy, mouth-watering berries dipped in white, milk, and dark chocolatey goodness. Topped with chocolate chips, decorative swizzle, or nuts. Just use code TEETH when you order. Don't wait any longer. Order now before this Mother's Day deal ends. Visit berries.com. That's BERR.
What is the website?
BERRIES to order. That's BERRIES.com. Click on the microphone in the top right corner and type code TEETH. Berries.com. Click on the microphone and type TEETH. This deal also expires Friday at midnight. Make sure you order now. Order some flowers, order some berries.
Do it at 11:59.
No, do it now. Do it now. It's Sunday.
Those things are
some time.
good too, man.
They're really good. I keep meaning to update our address with them.
So you're talking about Trials and you're excited when you beat my times, and I see people like E over at Microsoft. Him and I, we were friends on there, and he'll go back and play literally the first map in the game over and over and over until he gets an amazing time. I prefer the people that go into the difficult stuff, the really hard stuff. Challenge me on that stuff. But I see some people all they've played are the first half of the tracks. It's no, go be extreme and then we can fight. That's the stuff I enjoy.
In Evolution, what broke me was that Giga track.
Oh, Giga Track
Oh,
sucks.
God, I remember that.
It's like a 25-minute track.
I still
You have to do it faultlessly for gold.
still dread it.
I went back and played Trials Evolution because I've been doing the challenges in Trials Fusion. Now every track has 3 challenges. And a lot of them have to do with doing wheelies or get it past a certain point without touching your front wheel. And I've been doing a lot of those. So I went back and in Trials Evolution, there was a track where you had to complete the last section of the map without touching your wheel on the bicycle. And back then I couldn't do it. I could not do it. It took me about 30 minutes and I finally actually got the achievement. So it was like a 3-year span where I had an achievement and then my new achievement. And so,
Nice.
And then I went and I was like, maybe I can perfect this game, but there's one challenge.
Fuck, I know the one you're talking about.
It's a tournament where you have to beat 5 tracks flawlessly, and it's literally 5 hard tracks.
And they
took
took that down, didn't they, from a much harder achievement?
That was Trials HD.
Oh, okay, I'm
Trials
thinking of that
HD
one.
had a tournament
The
where you had to
marathon
beat it.
achievement.
Yeah, the marathon.
They always stick in one achievement that nobody's going to get.
Yeah, I know somebody. Knuckles had that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Dude.
marathon achievement.
Yeah,
Dude.
and you complete every track in the game and fault 5 times. Is that the
No,
one?
no. This one it was marathon. It was 10 or 15 tracks, and they weren't really difficult. There was only 1 or 2, but just something about doing it, back to back to back without faulting is just it's
Also,
a
it was a
nightmare.
manual restart, wasn't it? You had to quit out and start the first map again. It wouldn't just
Yeah,
reset
yeah.
you at the beginning of the first
Yeah,
map.
yeah. So if you hit back, it just took you to that track
Yeah.
you were on. So
Which
if you
is
beat the
just-
first 2 tracks flawlessly, but then failed on the third, you'd had to go exit it and then go back and start it over again.
I found that in this game, it's getting a good time is based on the bike you choose.
Yeah.
Like if I use the Pit Viper, you lose so much speed on landings that sometimes it's fast to have the Roach, even though it's not a.
You and I are in the longest game of Hunt right now, and Trials Fusion challenges, and so we've done 2 letters over the last 2.5 weeks. So, yeah, that's gonna last.
I like that we
a
got
couple
rid of
months.
Trials Pig completely, and then now we're just doing our own series where we just changed what Hunt was.
Yeah, it's fun though because we're doing it's like a live version of Hunt.
We're 2 weeks in, and it's H to H.
The other
Yeah,
day,
they nerfed it. It says this is from TrueAchievements.com. They got changed it on 12/23/2009 with a new game update. All of the hard tracks included in the original 24-track Ultimate Endurance Tournament have now been removed. They have been replaced with new lower-tier tracks, and the total amount of tracks in the tournament has been lowered down to 20. So they made it easier over time.
But yeah, it's still 20 tracks without faulting, back to back to back.
Yeah.
and that's Trials HD. That was the first Trials. That's not even Evolution.
Jack,
Yeah, it's much easier now though than I remember it being. Some of it was just like just impossible.
Maybe I'll go back and try it. I haven't played Trials HD in ages.
the other day, Gavin corrected me on the Trials Fusion theme song.
Yeah,
I thought it was "Welcome to the Future," Man, Machine, the Future.
yeah, that's what I said.
And then I was like, why would you rhyme future with future?
because it was just a dumb song.
it's so dumb.
It's so
you know the
dumb.
lyrics?
No, it reminds me of
Welcome
that.
to the future, Man Machine, the Fusion.
No, that
Oh,
doesn't- I don't know.
Because
No,
it's called
it's-
Trials
'cause
Fusion.
Trials Fusion. No,
and
it
the next
totally
line
makes sense.
is light years ahead of Evolution, which is pretty funny because it's a reference to the old
I've
game.
already stopped playing the game. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys like it. I don't like ever saying anything negative about a game, but that game gives me agita. I just like I play
it
that
gives you
game and I'm just
agita?
like I gotta. And so I found a mobile game that gives me that like quick fix.
Oh, Trials Frontier.
No, I played Don't Touch the White Tiles or Piano
Piano
tiles.
Tiles.
And I got these guys infected with it out at our latest immersion shoot. Where
Which
we
just
were playing-
happened to be a. Oh, I can't see what it was.
No,
Not yet, at
No,
least.
yeah, no. There's a mobile game, Trials Frontier, which is a free to play game, and it's Trials, but it's mobile, so it's iOS, and it's awesome.
I want to
And-
be clear. I'm not saying anything negative about the game. I love the game mechanic. When I play it, have you ever ended a session of playing Trials and went like,
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
fun?
When you get an
Absolutely
achievement,
not. I
when
go
you get an
like
achievement,
this.
yes.
When you get an
Here's
achievement,
every time how I quit the game. I quit the game and I say, I hate myself. That's exactly how it goes every time I end
my
Trials.
wife, who is not a big gamer and has no reason to recognize the Trials franchise, when Trials Fusion came out, I started playing it. You know, she was using her laptop. She looked up at the TV and she said, "Is this a Trials game?" I said, "How do you know what a Trials game is?" She goes, "Because this is the most frustrating game in the world to watch you play."
It's so frustrating.
Yeah. I have a thing where my controller gets placed down very gently, but before me deciding to do that, it's like,
yeah, it's
done.
too expensive to destroy. I only have one Xbox One controller.
I walked into the Achievement Hunter office the other day, and Jack was like, "All right," and I go, "What?" He goes, "Look, I just finished a track," and you were like, "It's a hard." Gab was like, "It's a hard track," and I go, "Yeah," and I look up on the screen, 380 faults.
Was that
And I go,
Inferno
"Jack,
4?
Inferno 4, yeah.
how are you possibly happy that you died
No.
380 times in a game?"
That track you have to you complete it. You can have 500 faults before it ends your game.
Even
once you
winning-
hit 500, it stops, or 30 minutes, whichever comes first. You get an achievement just for beating that.
I like
track.
how
Even if I beat that, I would slam my controller to the ground and then snap my Xbox over my knee in triumph. That would be like a guttural reaction.
Well, it's
to
also
that.
one of those things like I have now completed every track in Trials Fusion. Like that's cool. That's a reward. That's an achievement. So now then you have to go back. There's actually that track I played that I got 300 something faults on. There is a challenge in that where somewhere in the map you hit something and it makes your bike invisible, and then you have to beat the entire map with an invisible bike.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So it's yeah. There's
I like,
some of the
I like
challenges
that
are
you've been
nightmares.
consistent the whole time with your opinion on Trials. I remember I was on the podcast when Trials HD came out. It was that week. And you were talking about how mad you were getting. You're like, you got to land on a pixel. It's like one pixel. You get so worked up. Just cut to
But yeah,
now. And
I don't
it's
know.
the
Something
same.
about that game, something about the physics and how like the bike bounces. I just get like
So
it just makes
addictive.
sense to me.
It's a great game.
Yeah, and it's really really well done. And Fusion is great. Like the tricks and stuff, it's a cool little addition to it, but it doesn't take away from the core of the game. So if you want to use it, you can go crazy with it. But if you kind of want to ignore it and stay with like what you know, you can do that too. So
I learned something really valuable playing that game. I've learned, on the Xbox controller, the little spikes that come down, there's the exact distance to poke out your own eyes. That's exactly what I've learned by
What are you,
playing that
Sloth
game.
from the Goonies? Jesus. It's so far widespread.
God, I just that game is frustrating. And I showed these guys that mobile game I was playing called Piano Tiles, which
You suck.
I have footage of these guys just playing it nonstop in the Texas sun. Just like it's a game where at any point in time, sitting here right now,
Piano Tiles.
you are 9 seconds away from your highest score in this
Oh,
game.
God.
And you're
Basically,
always
just have to
nine-
hit a bunch of things. My best score was like 7.6 seconds or something. Lindsay beat me. Screw you, Lindsay. On the way home from that shoot, I deleted it from my phone.
Did you?
In Gus's car, I was like, I'm deleting
Then
it.
you wouldn't have seen my latest
So is
score.
it anything like Flappy Bird?
Gus is playing it right now.
Yeah, Gus is playing it. Oh, so are you playing it on the screen?
Yeah.
So this is it. Yeah, this is.
Oh, your best is 8.
So you
didn't
have
ever
to
get
tap the black tiles and they move down. And it's very simple. Oh, there, look at you, Gus. Go,
That was
go,
a good
go,
one.
go, go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this could be a new record. Gus!
Gus, if you break your
That was great.
I missed.
you missed. You
So
tapped the
what-
wrong one.
you
that's
go
it.
all the
So he
way, then you hit the
and then
green.
there, and then he gets his time. So you just do that over and over again. And like we were like trying to shave like a 1/10 of a second off of our times.
We even came up with different tactics. Like you can have the one where you go in one finger really fast, or you do.
You beat Gavin's time.
You beat my time.
I did it right here.
How did you do
I
that?
just beat your time.
Are you kidding me?
You have
We
no
tried
idea,
the whole
Jack. This
day.
was like 5 or 6 hours when
I've
we were
never
shooting
gotten
immersion.
below 8 seconds, and I just got 7.5.
What in the
Jesus
fuck?
Christ.
No,
Fucking
it's the
victory
play.
lap.
He pulled his thing out of his head. Gus is running around the studio knocking
lost
shit
his
over.
earpiece. He lost his
Oh my
earpiece.
god. Watch out for the piñata.
This is really seriously what a big deal this was on
What
set.
just happened?
If you were there,
I've never seen Gus that excited
if you
in
were
my
there on the
life.
shoot, you would understand. He was trying so
I
hard
lost
to
my
get under.
earpiece. I think I broke it. I'm really
He was
sorry.
so
He
mad.
was trying so hard to get under 8 seconds. You beat my time.
Oh
You
my
beat-
God.
Did you beat Lindsay?
No, I don't think
right,
so. I think
so-
Lindsay was 7.4.
So I just got an update. Koo gave me an update. He said that currently they do 6%. That's
6%.
what to this day. That's what Child's Play runs. As big as it's gotten, it still runs 6%.
That's incredible.
That's amazing. It's so amazing that they do that.
Is he watching? What?
No, I just texted him.
okay.
I texted him, and then I
gonna say, he doesn't
was interrupted by
doesn't
Gus's
have
high
time for
score victory lap.
wrapped around the post.
You clicked it off when you ran, and then you ran by the post and it hooked. That would have been great if it like yanked you off your feet by your ear. That'd have been
Wow.
great. So anyway, so that was it. You'll get addicted to it if
So
you play
people
it. I
are losing
guarantee.
their mind. All right.
Yeah. Gus, you're awesome, dude.
Yes, that was amazing. And
So you beat Gavin's time.
So did you do power thumbs or
Yeah,
single?
power thumbs.
Ah, okay.
What is power thumb?
It's like you just do it with two. Like it really takes you. You got to get used to doing it with 2 fingers because you don't want to get in the way of yourself.
and I
But,
can't do it with the thumbs. Is nothing.
I
set it
did
down
my
and do
high
this.
school with just like.
the problem is, it's like when you do power thumbs like that, you split it essentially. It's 4 wide. You put like 2
Is that
with the
a
left, 2 with the right. But sometimes you got to go over. Like this thumb might have to go 3, this thumb might have to go 3, and you have to like balance how it's all
Mr.
going to
Cirillo,
work
why are you
together.
out of breath? Oh, I played piano on my phone.
I ran for like 10 feet. I'm out of breath now. Give me another beer.
Fit for RTX.
So we're gonna smash this thing over here or what?
Yeah, I figured we would do it in the credits.
Oh,
We could
okay.
Smash it.
We have a piñata. Piñata.
So many people have stopped watching the podcast because they've started playing piano tiles. they said.
it.
See now, I like the game. I don't. It's a terrible game. I like that we all had this little competition. I don't want to see people's scores.
You will.
Though.
Oh, you will.
I don't need that.
No,
Yeah,
and now
I'm-
that we mentioned on the podcast, we're going to get it tweeted to us constantly.
Yeah.
You tried to fucking pull a prank on us.
I did. Oh, yeah. So, well, that might be part of the video, but
Okay.
because that green screen that shows you your best score.
Yeah.
It's like I walked up and I had one. I hadn't been able to beat Gavin all day, so I sent my best score screen to Risinger, and he just photoshopped it for me.
The
to
Rise
beat
Mongler.
the
Nice.
Rise Mongler, but to beat their scores by like half a second, and it made me very happy. But you'll get addicted. I
Clever.
guarantee.
The problem was it was too much of a jump. It wasn't believable.
Yeah.
Like your jump between your previous best score and that score was too
That score
great.
didn't match his talent level.
Right.
Also, the current score didn't match the best score because he didn't
Your
Photoshop
best
that
score
part.
of all
of
time was higher.
It fell apart fast.
Did you ever beat 100 in Flappy Bird?
No,
No?
I think the highest I ever got was 78 and deleted that.
I do a thing where
It's a lot like that though, but it's better because Flappy Bird, the better you get, you actually have to play it longer. Like that was the problem with Doodle Jump.
I was just about to mention Doodle Jump.
Yeah, go ahead.
Every time I get on a plane, I play 1 round of Doodle Jump to see if I can beat my high score from 5 years ago, and I can't.
And it's like, but you were like what 70,000 if I recall correctly, somewhere in there.
85,000.
85,000. So those games like Flappy Bird as well is they're very simple mechanic. But the problem with Flappy Bird is that it gets harder to beat your score, like longer. You have to invest more time. This, you just have to. It's harder for sure, but it's like you're always like, oh, let's play another one because it's only 5 or 4 seconds away, and then you're chasing your own high score.
Or 7.555 seconds away.
Exactly right.
And that's the thing you said you liked about that game was that at any time, at the time we were still early in the day, you said at any time you could be 10 seconds away from your best score.
Actually, it was 9 seconds when I showed up that day.
9 seconds.
And then you guys immediately started beating
It
those
became
times.
an arms race.
It was bad.
I had 3 or 4 hours where I was in the lead, and I was a cocky prick.
No
And
one
then
had
I
ever
beat
been
you?
below 8 in our group until we saw Gavin.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Lindsay fucking destroyed. She beat you. Still didn't beat Lindsay.
Yeah, she's at 7.4, I think.
And I asked her
Jesus.
her tactic. She's also a power thumber.
No way. No.
When she beat it, she thought she hadn't beat you. She's like, oh, check it out. I was like, that's amazing. She's like, yeah, I still didn't beat Gavin, though. I was like, what are you talking about?
I love little things. And I also reaffirmed that Gus is probably, no offense, you're a terrible person. You're one of the shittiest friends a person could have.
Yeah.
Because when I told him about the game, he got the game and he wasn't going to tell me that he was playing it because he didn't want to tell me he was playing it until he beat me. And that's what he does. Like, if I find something new and I share it with Gus, he doesn't want to share in the experience with me. He wants to go away to his little, like, corner and get better at it than me. So the only way I'll know if we're, like, enjoying the same thing is once he's better than me at it. That's the
Once
only way.
I'm really enjoying
Do
it.
you think Gus is also playing Fog of World right now and just hasn't told you where he is?
He absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
He let it
Yeah,
slip. He let it slip by accident. He's been playing it for how long now?
almost as long as you.
As soon as I told him about
He's
it.
just waiting for the cross. Like, ah.
We were out at a shoot the other day, and I wasn't needed on camera at the time, and Bernie was out filming something. And it was a place I'd never been before, and I was looking around, and I thought, I could just start walking and have Fog of the World on. I could get all of this stuff out here, and Bernie wouldn't get it because he's over there in the other direction shooting. And then I started walking out there, but it was muddy, so I was like, forget about it.
Screw
I
that.
took a picture of you while you were walking out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I've definitely done that where I've driven through my neighborhood and like made the zigzag through like all the different streets I never go down.
I didn't know
I'm
you were
like,
playing
oh,
it.
I'll do it once. Yeah, I got it.
I didn't know that either. Who's a
I-
shitty friend now?
Oh, I know. I'm way behind you guys. I'm not trying to hide it.
Then why didn't you mention it before?
I don't know. We haven't talked about games
You're
on
going
our
to clean
our
up.
phones.
You're married to somebody from Australia.
Can I say
when I go to
how,
Australia.
how much pain I was in from that shoot we just did, by the way?
Are you okay?
Well, you already said it, so I guess you can.
A couple of days after, my knees and my ankles were just ruined. Just limping around
Well,
like an old
good,
man.
because you said before that shoot, I'm worried that I haven't hurt myself enough in immersion this season.
Right.
And I
because
said,
I saw what Michael did in another video that hasn't come out yet, and it was very impressive.
It was very impressive.
This was the Assassin's Creed High Dive and Obela Hay.
no, that's our last episode of immersion ever.
Oh,
which
okay,
which
cool.
which actually we're gonna do one at RTX, but the thing that we shot could have been our last official immersion episode ever. We have 2 more left in the season, and we might do a special one at RTX. We probably will, but like officially in the season, like that'll be our last one we ever shot. And it was by far the most fucking dangerous one we ever did. I mean,
it was the first time where every attempt I was mentally prepared for a broken arm or something to break a bone. I was like, I've never broken a bone, but this is it. Except for the odd shot.
There was a moment. This is exactly how it went down. It went down like Michael, stop, Michael, stop, fuck, and then everybody's really quiet, and Blaine goes, I got it. He has the camera in his hand. That's all he said, like really quietly was, don't worry, I filmed the whole time.
For insurance
it was
purposes.
so fucking scary. But thank God for people like Blaine who can pay attention and never stop recording.
I like the immersion.
It's fucking amazing. You should
Immersion's
see it
a-
after this, Jack, what happened. It's fucking amazing.
Immersion's been really fun to make, but also because of the fact that I've been operating the Phantom camera in outfits I never would have dreamed of.
Yeah, that's true.
There's always shots of me like doing high speed, and I'm just dressed in my stupid immersion costume.
I got to operate the Phantom.
You did? You did, yeah.
Like,
and I
you
tried.
push the button?
I pushed the
I
button.
tried not to
Nice.
murder you as I was
Yeah, you were doing stuff.
doing
So
stuff.
this episode will come out in what, a month or so?
Jack is in this one, as a matter of fact.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't
your
even
first,
see you.
Your first appearance.
I was done before you left. Gus was so pissed at me.
It was the most efficient I've ever seen anyone shoot in live action.
was
Jack
great.
helped us set up the experiment, so we came out, put him in a lab coat, and
Yeah.
Jack was like, nailed it.
Shot
He
my
was
bit
gone.
and I was like, all right, peace out, and left. And you weren't even there yet.
Yeah, I got there at 10.
Yeah, I got to work earlier than I normally do.
Really?
Leaving from set, yeah. It was awesome. So,
Awful.
I hate traffic, man. Goddamn, I hate traffic.
Shark's terrible.
So you
Yeah,
gotta move.
I'm moving too. Yeah, we're
moving up
actually, I'm
north.
selling my house.
Really?
Yeah, it's going on the market.
Everybody's got the moving bug.
Yeah, well, dude, I sit through traffic 45 minutes each way, and
No, I get it for you. Totally
and
makes sense.
yeah, we're putting the house up for sale, so we've been clearing it out, been touching up paint and stuff, and cleaning, and
You taking nice pictures of it and
We're
stuff?
taking photos on Wednesday, so I'm actually leaving work early to go home and meet the photographer to take photos of the house to make it look pretty, and so Photoshop out the cellulite and stuff and make it look nice, and then
You have one couch in your house, Jack, that your cats it's one couch.
Yeah.
And your cats apparently hate that fucking couch.
No, that's
or really like it.
It was a scratching post, basically.
Like they have, I mean, I've seen scratches. They're like excavating. Like they had to put on little hats with lights on them to like go back.
Yeah.
and
At work zone. I see like little signs with like cats with like hard hats on them.
I just
They put up
imagine
cones,
at
like, one
night,
watches.
They wait for the guards to go by, and they're like, "All right, we're clear." They get in there with spoons.
They're fucking Shawshanking little pieces of couch out in the yard.
It's like if this is the couch here, right here, they're like in about this far at this
they've
point.
demolished that couch.
It's fucking amazing.
No, that one's actually that couch is in
but it's
storage.
just the one couch.
No,
So
it's
you-
actually
did you
the
have to-
couch and the chair. They've done the other one
Did you have
too.
to hide the couch for the photos?
Yeah, I got a storage unit to basically like the whole thing about selling houses. You just declutter. You also declutter and you depersonalize. So you have to take out any photo or anything like that makes it look like a human lives in that house.
Listen, here's the problem. When you go to sell a house, you get the house exactly how you've always wanted it to be, like
Yeah.
the moment before you move out of it. That's the problem with selling a house. You're like, oh, this house is great now because I did all the projects I've been putting
Yeah,
off.
so like I'd moved like my television sat in front of our fireplace because like it's Texas, we don't need fireplaces, but they build them in every house. And so like my TV and everything was set up right there. And then I'm like, okay, I guess we have to move it, but to sell because people like looking at fireplaces. And Katie's like, we have a fireplace? I had no idea. she's lived in the house for a year. She had no idea we had a fireplace. I'm like, oh yeah.
She lived there for a year.
She's been in Texas now for about a year. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she went like total
flies.
time about a year.
you know,
So-
like the only time I light a fire in the fire pit in my backyard is when I know Katie's coming over
Oh, yeah.
because she freaking loves it.
Yeah.
she likes s'mores.
Oh, s'mores are great.
She's
Well,
like,
fire-
she never had one before. She's like,
Fire is very calming to look at. It's very therapeutic. Just
Yeah,
stare
I'm
at
tell
on
us
it.
fire
more.
pit for New Year's and stuff. Which now that's the one thing I'm a little sad is I always do like a New Year's party where we launch fireworks, and now I'm moving more into Austin, like more into the actual city of Austin, and like that is totally illegal. So
Just as illegal as where you are.
Yeah,
completely.
well,
Totally 100%
but
the same.
I'm right
Jack,
on the
you'll
edge
be
of it.
just as
fine.
illegal.
Yeah,
Don't
but-
justify it.
have you
do
ever
a-
driven anywhere in Austin on the 4th of July or New Year's and not heard fireworks?
That's true.
You're fine.
Just
Or
do
you get a
miniature
warning.
ones. Get like a candle and like hover it up, and then just do flint and steel at the top. Little like miniature fireworks for the ants.
for the ant
small,
people,
for
little
small
ant people.
humans.
Yeah.
Well, so you're gonna move, huh?
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
gonna move.
You're moving too.
Yeah.
everybody's moving.
Put an
You're
offer in
moving?
on a place.
Really?
I'm trading with someone.
He's going the.
What?
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
I don't know. You could
Yeah.
So
that.
you're moving
Wait.
into their place?
I liked the place. It's a place that's being built. I liked it. I happened to check it out, and the person building it was like, "Oh, he's also the owner." He's like, "You want this place?" I go, "Yeah, but I sell my house first." He goes, "Where's your house?" I told him, "It was really how big's the lot?" I told him, he goes, "Just want to trade?" I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wait, so how does that? So do you have to sell to each other?
Yeah,
Wow,
At the same price.
yeah.
that's
It's fucking
crazy.
brilliant.
They were just trading.
I love the world works that way still.
Imagine you just
It's like so weird.
imagine you just swapping keys.
So are you
I
selling?
picture we have like two documents. We're like, you first. No,
Yeah,
you-
really. You got keys. You got to sell the keys.
For a split
Same
second, you might have them both. Woo! Oh, damn it.
Same time. So is the guy that you're trading with? Is he a developer?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's not like a average Joe
No,
kind
no,
of a
no.
guy.
So he's gonna take
That's
your-
awesome.
so he's gonna
Because
take
that's way too much. Like they can't open a window. They're like, hey, it's just too much
Yeah,
communication.
he's probably gonna tear down my house and just like rebuild it.
I see that. That
But
happens
didn't
a
you
lot
get
in
it
Austin.
redone?
Huh?
You renovated your house, didn't you, when you bought it?
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
But what about your
Forget it was so
internet,
long.
Gus?
Yeah, he started that 5 years
I'm
ago.
not
Finished it
gonna
3 years
have
ago.
fast
You have,
internet at the new
you have
place.
300 meg internet right
I'm
now.
gonna lose that.
Did you not have
Oh.
to sign like a year-long contract for that or anything?
Yeah, but if you move to a place where they don't service, you're out of it.
Gus's renovation of his house was a fucking nightmare.
It
And
was
wasn't just a
fuel
nightmare
for the
you.
podcast.
It was a nightmare for everybody.
I remember being crushed by an AC unit in the back of a car once because
It was a washing machine.
oh, and the
You were
washing machine was a
a
separate thing.
Prius.
The washing
There was
machine.
no AC unit.
There was an AC unit that I had. It was
Oh right, yeah,
Ben
you
and
did
I,
help
and
me
I
with
was like,
that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I
and
forgot
then
about that.
And then I sliced my hands open on a rusty washing machine.
Right. Yep.
I used to help people move for some reason when I
I'm
came here.
excited about moving though. It's going to be nice. I've been in this house now for just over 6 years.
And you own this house. You
And
don't rent.
I own it. So I'm selling that, and like that's one of the issues. I have to sell that house to move to the new house.
I think we're
Like,
all excited that you're moving.
Yeah, why is
Yeah,
that?
because the only downside of changing into this massively awesome
him bitching
studio
about traffic?
was Jack complaining for 3 months. Like when he goes like, "What's gonna happen? How far is it from my house, Mr. Sourpuss?
Well, no,
at the
because
meeting?
we were told over, and you can't deny this. We were told over and over, we will never move north of the river. You said like this was going to be a south-based company for like forever. We heard over and over
Gus,
and over
You
again.
bought your house before you
No,
worked
I
for
was-
the company, and
I
I
was
drove to
super
Buda
lucky.
for 5 fucking years.
When-
I don't want to hear anyone talk about
Jack, our
driving.
last office was north of the river. It was in downtown.
Well, that was the whole idea. We bought this new building. We were going to stay south. Like we weren't going to move north. And so I was like, all right,
said
cool.
that?
Do you
It
remember?
was said. Ask Adam Bear. He bought a house in freaking
do you remember
Kyle.
me ever saying that? Ever, Gus?
Yes.
See?
Yeah, really? Really? I would say we never
Yeah.
lived north of the river. We would never move the company north of the river.
Yes, see? I'm not
it's-
bullshitting.
When I hired Old Man Holm as CEO, he fucked up the big plan. I guess that's what happened.
So I was like, all right, cool. It's not
Corporate
a big deal.
vision just fucking straight
And
out
then
the window.
We looked at a couple buildings. I was like, off like 290 and like heading towards the airport. I was like, okay, it's a little bit whatever. I can live with that. And now it's like, oh wait, we're gonna put you in Cedar Park. And like, fuck.
Yeah, because we are in Cedar Park now.
People are
Well,
now getting
anyway.
pissed because they've downloaded piano tiles and they're playing and it's telling them to take a break, which is really
Oh,
annoying.
you can turn that off in the
You
settings.
can absolutely turn that off. It's very important that you do
Oh man.
because it's irritating.
It is irritating.
So we need to blindfold Gavin and get him to swing at that thing.
Yeah, I think we're about ready to wrap up. We should
I'll smash it.
get ready to do our.
Oh wait, I gotta send this photo. I gotta get this to you, Patrick somehow. Holy
can you
shit!
AirPlay from your laptop?
I don't think I can. I don't know how. I don't want to learn.
What have you done?
I don't know. We're gonna do this as soon as I figure out what my problem is.
Doing
Taking a panoramic.
Patrick, I'm sending you an image to put up on the thing real quick.
All right.
I got this for camera.
So
for
Gus,
the,
what else
the
you got
piano.
going on this week? Anything interesting?
We're doing the patch on Wednesday.
You got that new set. That set looks cool as
new
hell.
set.
man.
I'm really happy with. It's we started concepting it and talking about it back in December.
I have a question
been in
for
the
you.
search for a long time.
What happens if you want to put a fourth person on the patch?
No, the patch
Green
is a
screen.
3-person show.
So it's always going to be 3?
Green screen, baby.
Yeah, and then we'll incorporate the green screen. if we
funny
need
thing
it.
And
about-
we're actually about to start modifying this. In fact, we put up all these Michael themed shirts because it's Michael's bachelor party. We haven't talked
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Happy
He's getting
bachelor
married.
party, Michael.
Happy bachelor party.
When
Yeah,
you
we're
get married,
We're going to
fucko.
be retooling this. This is obviously, last week the podcast was pretty dark. This week I feel like it's a little better. We're still trying to figure out the lighting and all the decoration, all that stuff. It's a work in progress. You're going to see some retuning and some repolishing on the set.
What was amazing to me was seeing the patch set in real life and walking up to it and being like, "What the hell is this?" And then you see it on camera. It's like all lit up. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I think when it was under construction, everyone would look at it and be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
You
it's
fix
just
the patch set and be like, "What's it gonna look like?"
Yeah, it's just a bunch of
like, no,
boxes
it's like lights and acrylic, and people will be like, "That sounds like the stupidest thing ever." Like, no, it's gonna be cool.
Did the lights change color?
When they turn in the set design for it, this is Gus. Somebody's photoshopped this already. Nyan Gus celebrating his victory there. If you're listening to the podcast, the audio version, somebody photoshopped a picture of Gus like the Nyan cat with rainbows flying off of him. That was, I'll try to find out who that was real quick. But when they had that was Maurice_V did that. Oh, nope, sorry, he retweeted it. That was Zachary Maynard that made that. Z Maynard 91. When they turned in the set design for the patch, I immediately called a meeting. I was like, what is this design you turned in?
It's colorful lights.
And then they showed me like different examples of the work that they had done previously and all this stuff, and I was like, okay. But like literally the whole time they're building this setup, like I have to see this on camera. I have to see it on camera. And then when we saw it on camera, it was like, all right, perfect. And actually the cameras that we're using are gonna get way better too. So
Yeah, we'll be improving those.
I'm very, very, very happy that like as soon as we got into stage 5, people are already starting to see the things. Like the patch set was one of the things we wanted to kind of hit the ground running with. And like Gus said, this set's going to go through some modifications on the fly.
Yeah, like even the modularity, and we'll explain this more later. But the fact that we can swap sets in and out, and
Well, even like Achievement
a lot
Hunter, like
more.
we upgraded some of our stuff. Like we got our mics on stands at our desks now, and it's awesome.
go get your blindfold on.
Go get your blindfold.
ready to go
Yeah,
do that.
happy
Can I just
bachelor
tell you
party,
something?
Michael.
Can I tell you something real quick? I've never gotten involved with a
No
pinata where we didn't go to the hospital afterwards.
So
I'm
it's
not
good-
kidding.
Yeah.
We're right by the hospital now.
That's true.
the children's
Dell
hospital.
Children's, which is perfect for
No
Gavin.
blindfold, I'm being told. So Gavin, get over there.
Wait, no blindfold?
We don't have a blindfold, I guess.
Well, then do we got to pull the pinata up and
Kevin
down?
looks uncomfortable. I've never seen you look uncomfortable before in my life, and you look really uncomfortable.
All right, so Blaine's going to be pulling on the pinata.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back this Wednesday with an episode of The Patch, and next Monday with another
throw
episode of
Barack
RT
at him.
Podcast.
All right, happy
Bye.
bachelor party, Michael.
Oh shit!
You okay? Yeah. Okay. Did that break a light?
Don't want to bulge go?
That was thought. That was thought through.
Oh, yeah. No, light's all good. Oh. Blaine was all like, nobody's gonna hit it. I'm gonna totally. No.